mentioned something that kind of threw me off. Is like Jeremy has disavowed the Phantom Menace, but he's still in the same circle of people, right? They're still all on Friday Night Ties together. He's still saying the same stuff. So what is really the practical purpose of disavowing the Phantom Menace if like nothing is actually changing about what he's doing?
Oh, the reason that he gives is that apparently he saw too much like extremism within like the Phantom Menace among like things that fans were saying, and he didn't want to be like held responsible for any of that. He said, I'll be responsible for Geeks and Gamers, but not that. I
don't know. I'm more of the mind that if I was part of something that I was like suddenly like, wow, this is getting kind of more hostile and harmful than I really care for, rather than just go, I don't claim this label anymore. I would completely disconnect from the people that are associated with that label, because otherwise it would just seem kind of hollow to me. But that's just me.
Holy fuck at the diversity.
Why did you join the Brotherhood?
Oh my God, the diversity.
People are going to come after you.
Look out at this wasteland.
Diversity. I'm not in this for the internet fame. There's 400 people watching this stream. If one of them knows my name now that didn't know it before, it's a success for me.
I'm not in this for the internet fame.
We're not going to bend on our standards. At the end of the day, I have tried to build Geeks and Gamers by doing it the structured way, the methodical way, the think it out, prep it, take notes, think about everything you're going to say, and it fucking failed miserably on me. The day that I started doing what I'm doing right now, which is what you're, having a problem with, is the day that I started becoming successful.
We're not going to bend on our standards.
I have never seen such a immature, whiny, little bitchy fan base in my life. It's ridiculous how pathetic these people are. Do I constantly whine and bitch and complain about it? No!
So again, while this game had a lot of good things going for it, and it's been widely discussed from that perspective, it's the hidden agenda involved. And this is why so many people are overly hypersensitive. And I mean this in the way that too many fans have been done wrong too many times. Kathleen Kennedy, she doesn't miss any opportunity to fuck up George Lucas's creation. And we have the latest problem with Kathleen Kennedy and Disney Star Wars.
But if I don't like it, I complain about it for like a few days, and then I just move on with my fucking life.
Brie Larson. I don't
understand this need to continue to bitch and whine and moan.
Brie Larson. With Brie Larson.
Upon the release of The Last Jedi, Jeremy Griggs released a glowing review. It has since been taken down. This is the only surviving clip.
I love The Last Jedi, and I think it did a damn good job for being what it needed to be for Star Wars.
It's not that hard to figure out. I like The Last Jedi. I think I've made like 3 fucking reviews on it, and I'm still trying to figure out where I stand on this movie. But I'm a mess when it comes to this movie because I just can't figure out how I ultimately feel. But as I'm sitting here right now, I like The Last Jedi.
As the backlash over The Last Jedi grew, channels like Nerdrotic and Doomcock saw an opportunity to capitalize, fanning the flames of geek rage. And after years of putting in hard work into a channel that rarely fostered more than a couple hundred views, Jeremy couldn't resist.
Not to sound like a dick, but I just don't care. I mean, there's 400 people watching this stream. If one of them knows my name now that didn't know it before, it's a success for me. At the end of the day, I have tried to build Geeks and Gamers by doing it the structured way, the methodical way, the think it out, prep it, take notes, think about everything you're going to say, and it fucking failed miserably on me. The day that I started doing what I'm doing right now, which is what you're, having a problem with, is the day that I started becoming successful. Because that's fine. I mean, it's what the internet does. I've done it. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing per se. I mean, we've all taken things out of context.
Okay, fine. You want to make a video about that and say, I think that's a shitty thing to say, but why did it turn into like a year almost of nonstop videos and
because he was
articles
using
and
the algorithm,
tweeting
like
about it?
he knows the algorithm was geared towards making those kind of videos, so he did it.
So you do admit that Geeks and Gamers uses the algorithms and how it favors sensationalism and outrage. So you're making outrage content, right?
What is YouTube about getting views? A lot of people want to get views. Like if your algorithm is pushing one thing, you're gonna make more videos on that thing.
Brie Larson. I
don't understand this need to continue to bitch and whine and moan.
Brie Larson. With Brie Larson's Brie.
Like, I don't get offended by shit.
She's the one in the middle standing. Look how she's the one.
I don't know how people are so easily offended these days. And really they're not. They're acting offended because it gets you traction on social media.
Although you literally say
I just created
before I make a video, something I don't do.
I just created a One Piece discussion right now. I just created one for the past 5 minutes.
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
I would have liked. Did we just talk about One Piece for 5 minutes? Yes or no?
We didn't.
Yes,
One Piece was used, but we didn't talk about it.
No.
Welcome to every video we make. We use one little thing and then we build the narrative out of it.
Welcome to every video we make. We use one little thing and then we build the narrative out of it.
Don't act like that's not what we do.
I don't build a narrative. I
You're
give
an
my
absolute
opinion.
fucking.
You are hard.
What we do. You've made the same fucking video on the same topic at least 7 times a week, Ryan. And you're gonna act like we don't do that.
I talk about I talk about
says one fucking thing and we make a whole video out of it. That's what we do. So this is an argument that we had on Friday Night Tights. I don't even remember the specifics about what the argument was. But every time I say the same thing that I say in this video, these crazy fucks that have pronouns in their bio and they're mentally ill, or just people that are just jealous in general, they go, he finally admitted it, ladies and gentlemen. I've literally admitted it 1,000 times. Whatever it is you think I'm admitting, I've said this 1,000 times.
Notice how he doubles down, arguing that what he said was both sincere and correct. Now, here's how Ryan covers it.
Ironically, this is a clip of Jeremy, who went on this fucking rant because he didn't either wanted to talk about this or didn't want to talk about that or something. And he went on this fucking big rant on FNC. That's what we do. We talk about things. We talk about them over and over again. That's basically what he did. Jeremy kind of leaning into the meme that all these people were so upset about. And of course, people like him took it seriously.
Ryan seems to think that Jeremy was just memeing and that woke freaks took him seriously. And I just find it interesting that neither of them seem to agree on the contents of that clip. Was it 100% serious and we're stupid for thinking it's bad? Or was it a meme that we're stupid for thinking was serious? The world may never know.
We don't do that.
I talk about I talk about.
All right, you assholes.
Enjoy the negative script, guys. I'm out.
Oh, Ryan Kinnell. What a guy. What a guy, If some of these guys I feel like I could maybe spend some time talking to and be able to keep my cool. Ryan Kinnell, I just feel like I would be on edge the entire time I was in within any kind of space of him. And I would be probably anxious to punch him. But in Minecraft or whatever. or in real life, whatever. Who fucking cares? Hey, it's Eric DeBunks.
What's up?
Hey, man. So how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good.
I saw the
welcome to
timer
SHILLcast.
today. I was like, oh, we're starting earlier because I saw the message in Discord. I didn't realize what time that was, and then I was like, oh shit.
Yeah,
Late.
and then I went ahead and I just was like, I'm not feeling like taking the bus across town today, so I went ahead and rescheduled anyway my appointment. So sorry.
Oh, really?
I guess I could have back to regular time.
No,
but I
no,
didn't.
it's quite okay with me. I wasn't sure who else was going to be here.
We never are, you know. We never are.
You know, I haven't seen it in a while. Is Edgier? I haven't seen Edgier in a minute. I haven't talked to him.
I don't know. They've been. I think they have school. I think they have work. I think they have maybe like some kind of romantic life as well as making their own content.
They've got actual things going on in their lives, and so
yeah, their content's been doing pretty well. Their show's been blowing up pretty good. So you know, I don't blame them for focusing on that at all. You know, I mean, I blame them a little bit because it's like we're cool. We're the coolest. You should hang out. But no, I think Bob will be here at some point. It is Wednesday, so now that I think about it,
which Bob?
Chaos. I'm sure he's getting comics because that is what is important. You've got to get those comics, and I'm not being sarcastic there. But yeah, so we got some stuff to talk about because, like, you know, but other Bob, actually, Bob of the old ways, pointed out to me some context for the Ellison, you know, Paramount, Warner Brothers, that whole thing, this hostile bid that's now taking place. That is kind of concerning, to say the least, if you look into, you know, things a certain way. So I don't know if you've looked into any of that or what you.
I've covered it pretty extensively. So unless there's something that I mean, no offense, because Bob's great or whatever, but unless there's something new that that hasn't popped up, I'm pretty sure I've probably seen it already. I mean, are we talking about the monopoly over like the media and what they'd have access to, or the corrupt dark money that they're being funded by? I mean, there's a lot of things.
Content and all this stuff. Like, there's a short YouTube short that I'm going to grab for here because it really does lay it out pretty quickly and well. So I'm going to grab that. But yeah,
I don't think Paramount's takeover is going to succeed. I don't think it's going
to work.
It doesn't
like it is, because like basically, you know, a lot of the chatter out of the whole thing is that that they're actually, everybody's kind of annoyed by Ellison, the younger Ellison, that he's got this, you know, because he said something like, you know, I don't want to be in the bottom three. I want to be in the top three. And it's like, well, maybe do some work and fucking put some effort into it and show that you deserve to be there. You know what I mean? Like, instead of just using your fucking dad's money to buy yourself into the top three of.
I mean, historically, in the last 20 years, there's been multiple attempts to like do this, and it just doesn't typically work. There's a reason why Netflix is positioning themselves the way they are. They're going through the correct routes to get to where they want to be. They made a commitment to not fire a bunch of people, which they've already established that if Paramount takes over, they're going to get rid of a bunch of people, because Paramount is already a studio doing what Warner Brothers does. So they would be cutting more jobs. Netflix doesn't have access to all of that stuff that Paramount has. So they would be acquiring new jobs and new positions that need to be filled that Paramount would not. So
I think it was the Netflix Sarandos guy or whatever said that, you know, where are they getting all this money that they're going to be supposedly saving from, right? So because they're cutting jobs.
You know, and obviously Paramount, it's the other Bob.
Oh man,
Bob Chaos. No, there's a lot. So the difference is, there he is.
What? Huh?
The difference is that Paramount's bid is an all cash bid, right? So they've had to scramble to find the money to do this because they don't have the money to do it.
You know, and that begs the question of like, what in the fuck would motivate somebody to do this desperately, right? Like, they don't need it. So they must very, very much want it, and then that,
they're borrowing from everybody. The Kushners are involved. Saudi Arabia is involved. Like dark money from private donors involved. But the issue is, I don't know if it's been confirmed or not, but I think Saudi Arabia is getting a little concerned because they thought this bid would like win them over, and the shareholders would just say, "Yeah, we'll take that. You know, we'll do that or whatever." But the fact that they're still not really taking the bait, Paramount might lose the support of the Saudi Arabian government on this, because I don't think they want to deal with this too much. They don't mind donating the money, but I think they, as far as getting involved with it, I don't think that this was on the top of their list. I don't think Warner Brothers was on the top of their list. So,
well, I mean, after it was announced that the Netflix deal was probably happening, when Ellison decided to release that open letter, essentially whining and complaining about the whole situation, I'm sure that was not something, even though I'm sure it wasn't something that helped Warner Bros. Go, oh yeah, maybe we should consider them.
It seems like he's basically he's being a whiny fucking spoiled kid, and he's turning everybody off. But I have this YouTube short here that is about, I guess, 2.5 minutes or so. But I think she does a great job of kind of laying out the potential actual motives here.
And real quick before this
Discovery. He just bought.
I was just gonna say real quick before this gets started. No matter what happens here, people lose. Like, the only people who benefit here are like the really rich people at the top of Netflix or Ellison or Zaslav.
100%.
Those are the only people who benefit. Consumers don't benefit at all from this. This is actually
we will become further away from if you're a Warner Brothers fan, as in like your DC, for example. It's a big one around here. You will be more alienated from it no matter what. I do, from what I understand, I guess Netflix is planning on keeping everything generally how it's going as far as DC properties and whatnot. But it's not consumer friendly for sure.
No,
it's
the fact that Trump seems like he wants to be so involved with it is really concerning. Really,
right. Well, that's the thing. Is like there's and he's kind of acting like he's he literally said he's impartial. He doesn't really. It's like, yeah, fucking right, dude. Nobody, it's so fucking transparent. This dude, holy shit.
Well, I mean, the fact that he says he's impartial is bad, because frankly, he should just be flat out against it. Because,
right. Well, I mean, he should have nothing to say about it really until it becomes. Yeah, I mean, I think if it was any other president, essentially, there would just be the FEC would be handling it, and the president probably wouldn't comment on it much, or maybe once or twice or something. But yeah,
but a good president would just be fucking against it, wouldn't it?
Right? No, I don't know about that. Obama was pretty friendly to corpos.
Oh yeah, no. Listen, man. Obama is not my favorite president ever, but he is better than what we have now.
All right. Well, here's this.
Why is Larry Ellison trying to buy Warner Brothers Discovery? He just bought Paramount. Why does he want media companies? Why would he? He wants to hang out with movie stars? No. He has a fucking ego problem? What does he do now? He runs the largest data storage and processing company? Why? Well, before founding his company called Oracle, he worked on a project for the CIA called Oracle, where he was paid to build a database for the government. And so he probably has and knows how to get data on all of us. Good. I don't get how this is all somehow connected. You just said it's connected, so you must know. He also wants mass surveillance. He said citizens will be on their best behavior because we'll be recording and reporting everything that...
That's a real quote. Motherfucker said it. I think that was the elder Ellison that said that. Or maybe it was the younger. I don't know. They're basically they're working together on all this. It's all. Yeah, he said that like once everybody's failed.
You're kind of popped out, Dane.
Oh.
Oh, I thought it was me. I was like, wait a minute, what happened?
Well, the only reason I knew it wasn't me is because I saw you with your earbuds, Eric, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm thinking the exact same thing. I mean,
am I audible now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, that's a real quote that she referenced there. That Ellison said that once there's surveillance everywhere and people are just reporting on each other and blah blah blah, they're like people will be behaving at that point. That's pretty fucking dystopian, man.
Yeah. Pretty
goddamn dystopian. And you know how all these chuds, they call everything 1984, right? They've been doing that for a long time. Like, oh, 1984. I want to point out how this is being covered by, for example, Nerdrotic, who centers James Gunn in this story as if that's the thing to focus on. I mean, sure, that is something that that is like 5th or 6th or 7th in my list of like things I'm concerned about with this whole thing. But it's just pretty clear that that's he's just grifting, and he has no interest in talking about anything that actually affects people or actually affects the media, for example. Like, anyway, and then we can look at critical drinkers here in a little bit, but after this.
Going on. And he also said the government should consolidate all of the national data and feed it to AI. And all of this is connected how? I don't really know. It's in your head. You just have to find it. What does this have to do with owning an entertainment company? You already said it's connected. Just tell me how. Well, his data centers are the ones that OpenAI, the company behind ChatGPT, relies on. And if he owns the data centers, no matter what AI company pulls ahead, he'll have control over where it's all stored. So he's put himself in a position that even when the AI bubble bursts, he'll succeed no matter what. And so he's buying media companies so that he can create AI-generated content. Good, but what if no one watches it? You think he hasn't thought of that? The TikTok deal? Why? He's reported to be that leader of the group of investors making a bid to buy TikTok. More? Well, he also has the data to do hyper-targeting so that people get a tailored algorithm of AI content. And so it's about control. He wants to control the information we get through AI, the media we see. It won't be entertainment though, will it? It will be propaganda that looks like entertainment. Good. And so while everyone's focusing on what the administration's doing, Larry Ellison is quietly building this empire. The worst kings are quiet.
Yeah, a little bit dramatic.
I didn't like the
but,
delivery of that. Yeah, that video was too
but
dramatic.
I mean, the information is all there. You know what I mean? So that's why.
Thank God we have people like that. Whatever God you pray to, because that's too much. That's a rabbit hole. That's too much. Like, I remember the quote, and I do think that he's consolidating the stuff. But holy shit, that was.
I mean, it's a pretty solid.
It was kind of cringe, though. To me, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but I mean, the information is a solid theory based on actual evidence that exists.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
But I mean, like you said, if I were to spot that and kind of go, oh, I want to figure out a way to cover this, I would not end up doing it because I would feel like I was going crazy trying to get it all down, and then I'd be like, everybody's going to think I'm crazy. I'm not going to fuck. I would just give up.
No. I mean, I believe that he definitely wants access to all of this. I mean, that's what seems like what every billionaire wants to do is just control everything. It's a battle for these guys to get to the top.
And we're in late stage capitalism, so it just,
all
everybody else has crumbs, and you have super billionaires fighting each other.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of late stage capitalism, Critical Drinker, who I don't think anybody would accuse him of being an incredibly smart man.
What?
But I will say this: he almost got there. He almost got there when it came to this whole thing. Pull this up.
I was about ready to say I do have a comment section that frequently says Critical Drinker's a smart man.
Oh yeah, I've seen it. I mean anybody that is actually an intelligent person themselves.
Oh, okay.
But here he is, and who knows how much of this is just dishonest grift and stuff like that. As Eric pointed out in his video about Drinker attacking the numbers of Predator Badlands and just for inflation, and you can tell he literally didn't even open the article because they addressed that.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, here he is saying, remember when there used to be all those competing internet search engines and Google took over everything and now controls exactly what you're allowed to see in here? Well, first of all, let's talk about that. Does he not know that you can refine your searches on Google? Because it seems like he just kind of searches for something and well, whatever it says, I just I gotta look at that and that's it. So that's kind of weird that he thinks that. But also, it does make me wonder if all the legacy Hollywood studios will eventually be absorbed by streaming services. I mean, do you not understand the fucking the basics of the goddamn industries that you grift? No, he doesn't because he's a grifter. But yeah, it just shows he's a parasite. He doesn't understand this very obvious thing that yes, that the distribution models, the consumption models are changing, and that's going to mean that the rest, the older industry aspects of the industry are going to evolve or adapt or whatever, and they're going to get bought up. And yeah, I mean, yes, but whatever.
Well, the other thing is about the topic he's complaining about, like this combining of everything into one service and the issues with that. He's pointing to Netflix and Warner Brothers. Is he ignoring that Paramount doing it would be the same thing? I mean, it's the same situation.
Is he ignoring that his buddies?
I haven't heard him complaining about Paramount at all. It's just Netflix.
No, they all seem to be complaining about Netflix for the dumbest reasons because they all seem
making
to be like,
AI
turning
stuff
everything gay.
Yeah, like AI, everything gay and trans, and it's like they're making stuff to get mad at. Like they're making it up. They're it's a fictional anger. It's not even real.
Yeah, it's like nobody should support any of these big mergers. Hey, I didn't even support the Disney Fox one. The only like 1% of me that support it was just because I wanted Marvel to have X-Men and stuff. That was it. Everything else, I was like, I'm really against it. It's too big.
I would have been happy to not have that happen if it hadn't.
Yes.
If it would, like, Warner Brothers. I mean, Fox could have stayed its own thing.
Yes. But these companies just keep on merging, and then you eliminate competition. That's something that the government's supposed to regulate about. These companies aren't supposed to get so big that they just gobble each other up and then eliminate all competition. Competition is supposed to be what keeps the economy going, right?
Yeah, I just checked. Tencent pulled out of the bid. They're not giving money to Paramount anymore, so they lost a couple $2 billion from those guys. Saudi Arabia is supplying $24 billion of that $108 billion, and it seems like they're not too cool about moving forward with it anymore. And that's the two big people. It's the two big amounts of money that were going in that would make it more than what Netflix was offering. So by losing that, they're not giving that much more, and I don't think there's that much more they can offer outside of money. And in any normal situation, with this country, they would not allow outside investors to put money into buying things like news networks. It's literally something they don't allow. So the fact that they're overlooking Saudi Arabia, wonder why, overlooking Saudi Arabia giving like $24 billion to Paramount to help buy Warner Brothers, which includes news networks. You know what I mean? Like,
to reference your recent video again, because it really does kind of highlight this. It's important to pay attention to what they don't talk about. So like, for example, like you said in your video, they're quick to bring up the box office inflation whenever it's to prove that the woke thing is bad or whatever the fuck, but they never ever include inflation whenever they're the opposite is the case, right? They never they will go for the lowest number no matter what it is, if it's trying to neg something.
I don't like it's not even that difficult to understand. Adjusting for inflation on one number but none of the other numbers makes no fucking sense.
Right. But I mean, in the same way, what I'm saying is that with stuff like this, like, okay, he's talking about Netflix and Warner Brothers, but like we're saying, he's not talking about Paramount. I bet he's having a really hard time talking about this at all because Disney's not involved. So much he's a Disney welfare.
Wait, who am I against now?
Right here.
I think they're defaulting to be against Netflix because essentially Netflix has the reputation.
But I thought Netflix was beating woke with K-pop Demon Hunters. I thought that was Netflix beating woke.
That's true.
And
it's almost like these guys just change their opinions according to the tides.
Right. Remember the strike? Sketchy's pointing out they were all in. They didn't give a fuck about actual human creators. They were just like, fuck them.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
And then Choni here was bringing up pulled that up because of Jared Kushner's investment group. Yeah, that's also connected to the Saudi Arabia stuff. Like it's all kind of connected to that. So
and and they're gonna act like Trump doesn't have his eye directly on that shit whenever Kushner's involved.
Well, it's not like Kushner and Trump have any connection or anything.
Yeah, right. I believe this is probably true. I don't think that Warner Brothers wants to sell to a foreign government. I think that's kind of that's the issue.
I don't think that, what's weird is that this put us in a position where it's like, oh, Zaslav's kind of making a good choice. What?
Yeah. Somebody who I still hate, but like, I'm used to him just always going for the short-term money. And, the fact that he's even selling Warner Brothers still is fucking terrible.
But see, that's the other thing is that the bid that's coming from Netflix is in market value. Like it's in actual stocks and bonds and things that are regulated, things that are protected. It isn't going to be affected by a changing in the stock value because it's a bid of a certain amount. The Paramount thing, even though they're bidding $30 a share, it is a cash bid and it's multiple sources of income. So they're not totally confident they're going to get all of that money. Right? So that's the problem. They would end up in court trying to get this money, suing to get this money from overseas bidders. Like it would be a nightmare. I don't think they want to get involved with it.
if you're itemizing a list of the cons for what the offer from Paramount, there's just quite a few of them, and when it comes to that kind of thing, unless you're confident that you're not going to get fucked over, you're not going to make that choice. It's pretty simple. Well, it's a hostile takeover in the sense that like they're going to be trying to get fucking Trump involved and say that that there's some kind of it's basically an unfair deal. Ellison wrote this whole whiny piss baby thing that's pretty cringe. That can't believe he did that, but shows who he is. Yeah, it's just like it's not fair. That's basically the tone of the whole thing. It's not fair. I wanted to buy it.
Well, the hostile takeover is a non-official bid. That's typically how it's classified. So the thing is, Netflix went through the correct channels to place a bid on Warner Brothers. Paramount, they didn't even take their call. Like David Zaslav was like, I'm not even talking to this guy. He pretty much ghosted Ellison and didn't return his call. So Ellison's like, okay, I'm just going to make a public bid to the shareholders without going through the proper channels, which could work if they felt like the regulations would pass and they would have to deal with all the overseas stuff or whatever, but that's not the situation. So yeah, that's typically what's classified as a hostile bid. You might have already known that, but I wanted to make it clear for people in the chat that didn't know that.
So yeah, like article right here that says Paramount's aggressive quest for Warner Brothers, which escalated into a hostile $108 billion bid for the company on Monday, is backfiring in Washington, where some officials have grown frustrated with widespread speculation that a politicized Justice Department would play favorites for the conservative Ellison family. Of course it would. They've already shown that they do that. They're trying to do that shit. The Paramount team seems to believe the worst possible tropes about corruption in the Trump administration and are leaning into all the stereotypes, said one person close to the administration's deliberations. They thought they were playing 5D chess and they were playing tiddlywinks. Paramount executives met with President Trump in recent weeks to press their case and argue against the Netflix victory, according to a person with knowledge of the meeting. FCC Chair Brendan Carr was among those who attended the meeting, but when Trump asked him about his view on the deal, he demurred, saying it would likely be decided by the antitrust division of the Justice Department, not his agency, the person who was briefed on the meeting, blah, blah.
I just got, somebody sent me something. They explained why the cash bid isn't that good, like in plain terms.
Yeah.
It says here that tax considerations. In many jurisdictions, receiving stocks rather than cash can defer capital gains taxes for the sellers. So all that money from Netflix would defer capital gains, but a cash bid from Paramount would still be taxable for them. So that's why it's not that good outside of people seeing the big number on paper.
And so, I mean, that's probably a huge influence on Zaslav, too. Like I said, he only likes short-term gains. He's not going to be into short-term gains if he doesn't actually get them. Whereas with Netflix, he's pretty confident he'll get them. Yeah.
So Zaslav has not returned calls or answered calls from the Ellisons since they had a November 24th dinner. But there's been many calls made. And he's just ghosting.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, I don't think he's interested at all. He said no. Like, I don't want to talk to you. I actually feel like there's probably something personal there because
it seems like there probably is. Yeah.
I mean, I think it wouldn't surprise me if there's something up with Ellison. I mean, I know it's anecdotal, but like we heard not that long ago, like Taylor Sheridan was like the guy making all their projects on Paramount.
So if
like
they
chased him out pretty much.
Paramount for $108 billion. The actual taxes on that, the federal taxes, would be close to $30 billion.
Oh, God. Oh.
So it's not that good of a deal, to be honest. And it's unregulated. So that's probably why they're not considering it at all. Also, shareholders if you buy in shares instead of cash, it doesn't affect the liquid value of your company. And they automatically become shareholders to whatever is being traded off. So
I think another thing to consider that they've almost certainly have considered with Warner Brothers is so Ellison's have only had Paramount for a few months at this point.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. What have they done with that? Well, they've driven away their biggest cash cow in Sheridan, and they've brought in a forgotten failed rapist, Brett Ratner.
Yeah.
Did they bring Ratner into something?
Do what?
Did they bring Ratner into something?
Yeah, he's supposed to. I mean, yeah, well, yeah. There's the whole thing where Trump was saying he wanted to see Rush Hour 4, and then within a couple of days they were saying they greenlit it. and that Ratner's going to direct it.
I actually, somebody said it fell apart.
I'm
I know
sure
there's
it did. I've
Chris
never
Tucker,
really
too.
expected to see that go far.
Let me see what it says here, because I do remember reading some of that last night.
One thing though is apparently they have, I guess, maybe, I don't know if this is confirmed or still on or what, but they at one point they were seemingly going to get the Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves directors to do a new Star Trek film.
Yeah, I did see that where I was like, well, that's not the worst news I've ever heard.
It's not
so the reason why this movie's probably never going to happen, Rush Hour 4, is because Paramount doesn't own it. It would just be distributing the film.
Right.
So they'd have to be financed through another company. And the film has been in development limbo for years. So...
Yeah, Ratner and Chris Tucker both, they have allegations.
Tucker was on the fucking Epstein plane.
Yes. Mm.
And then
Jackie Chan's still cool though.
Hopefully, yeah. I don't want to hear anything bad about that, man.
Yeah, Jackie Chan's awesome. So,
but then apparently they were also, I guess maybe they're possibly going to have Michael Bay back on Transformers.
Yeah, as a director or producer. Director or producer?
I unfortunately see the logic in that because his movies did make a lot more money. That being said, his Transformers movies are easily the worst.
Are the worst ones? Yeah, they're just like
they just made a fuck ton of money. They just made.
It's crazy.
It's almost like box office and actual film quality aren't directly related and shouldn't be judged as if they are.
Well, so yeah, I mean, it does seem like in this situation where there is no completely positive outcome, it's at least seemingly going to be the better one of the two crappy outcomes.
No matter what, the American consumer loses.
Well, and also, and just like going back to the surveillance thing, okay, so maybe they're not able to make this happen with this specific strategy or whatever, but it's obviously it's on their mind. I mean, it's going to happen. There's going to be these corporations are going to be. Our data is worth everything. It's worth more than oil. A lot of people don't realize that. Data is where the future is in terms of fucking people owning shit. And that's why, in the thumbnail I said they will own you, because I mean, what are we if not, or what is our data if not digital representations of us, right? And that's what.
I would also say start going through services that don't collect all your stuff, like as best you can. I use NordVPN. I'm not sponsored by them, but I use them for pretty much everything because it protects a lot of your information and your data.
If you don't have a VPN at this point, I don't know, you need to get off the internet. It's really necessary for many reasons, but yeah, if this one for sure, and yeah, it's kind of scary, man. To think that, because the government has so much data, and then they've just recently Trump signed a executive order that is going to give a bunch of the data that the government has collected. They're going to have access to that. All the corporations are, so that they're just combining all this fucking information.
He's trying to override states' rights on AI too. I don't know if you saw that or not. Like he's trying to make it so that states can't control how AI functions in their state. So he's trying to make it a federal thing, which, as we know, this will end up in court because states are going to sue. We'll see what happens.
Well, I'm just on the topic of AI. You have this we could look at. It is a story from, what is this? Bucks County Beacon. Everybody knows that outlet. And it is about a certain group of folks who are utilizing AI. AI is the next frontier for far-right extremists to spread propaganda, incite violence, and recruit new followers. So, just two of the worst things are coming together in a really awful way. Neo-Nazis and other right-wing extremists have long pioneered innovative ways to exploit technological progress. That's true. They used the internet a lot before. Basically, it was them and porn were the pioneers, man. Another reason to just stay away from AI shit,
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
So I don't know if you guys have seen this or not, but now Streamlabs, which is what I use for some of my streams. I don't know, Bob, you use OBS, right? Don't you for what
Yeah, I've played with Streamlabs. But
so Streamlabs is fun.
OBS.
I prefer Streamlabs. I've used both of them, but you now can add, and I tried it out just to see how bad it is. You can add an AI co-host, like an actual person on screen with you that you can talk to that's not real.
What?
So people that are on Twitch that are broadcasting their game and they don't have anybody on stream with them, or they don't have anybody in the chat, in the corner you can have a little box with an AI that actually talks to you that will do real-time stuff for you. Like if you're playing a game and you're like, I can't figure this out, what am I supposed to do? The chat bot will go, hey, I've done this before. All you got to do is blah, 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 by searching the internet to find the answer. So it makes it seem like you're talking to somebody. Like, that's what it does.
That's terrible, but also is it bad that I kind of just want to try it out?
No, that's the thing. I could see it working as almost like a joke.
Yeah.
But like, as an actual co-host, no. But like, as like a joke, a gimmick, that could be.
I can, hold on, I'll show you for a second.
Well, I mean, RM Brown's been doing this joke for like a year at least, you know, where he's at his AI co-host, whatever, AI helper, was it Jean James or whatever?
Like, you see it on my screen?
I'm not gonna lie. Before I had Bobby Quarters co-hosting.
This is what it looks like.
Me,
you can
I
put
was
a little
playing
thing
around
behind him and everything.
Getting audio clips of Patrick Swayze from Roadhouse, and just having him say the most cliche shit anytime I need something. Oh well, there you go. We have a fourth host, everybody.
Yeah, I don't have it turned on because it's creepy, but yeah, this is what it does, and you
creepy.
can put whatever background you want on it, and yeah, it's pretty bad.
I mean, I have some backgrounds. I have a Eric July background. I have a Nerdrotics old background. That could be something fun to do. Can you customize the guy at all, or what?
Yeah. You can make it look like several different people. Yeah.
Interesting. I might find. I wonder if there's a way to know how much of a carbon footprint using that thing has.
It's probably a lot. I would say it's probably a lot. But look, I will say this: I'm not going to totally poo-poo it because I know some people they're awkward when they're by themselves, and having like a little AI co-host would help.
Ability reasons why it would be a good thing, stuff like that.
But in general, it's kind of creepy when you have like an AI co-host just talk. Like there was somebody that said, "Hey, talk to the chat while I go use the bathroom." And showed a video of the AI basically hosting the show because you can have it moderate your channel. You can have it create polls for you. It does all that stuff. You can actually turn it into an AI producer. Like there's a feature to turn it on so that it runs the production for your channel. So
wacky.
Oh my God.
What a world. What
crazy. We did have a super chat though, from the Cat Noir here. Great name. Can you cover EJ's Rippleworks video? The downfall of Rippaverse is more enjoyable than his actual comics. It's not how to run a business. Yeah, we talked about this last. Like, it literally was breaking news while we were streaming. I remember saying, like, guys, Eric July's doing crowdfunding. It's pretty bad.
No,
he did.
Doesn't. Well, he would never do that.
Well, there's more to this. The last time I saw him, maybe it's more now or whatever. He did a couple of streams over the week, like since last week, trying to drum up business for this Rippleworks thing. He never hit his goal during his streams. He never hit the goal. And I think he only had at one point 150 people supporting it.
Oh my God.
150?
Oof.
That's it? But he did have a couple people bid, and I don't know who they are, crazy people, that gave him $1,000.
Dude, that's probably some plants, man. At least one of them's probably a plant.
Well, you know what he kept saying in his video? He was like, "Oh, these cocky son of bitches come in and drop $1,000. I'm not going to say their names. But they're coming in, they're dropping $1,000." And I'm like, "You're not going to say their names?"
Well, I mean,
you had a person in your chat drop $1,000, and you're not going to give them a shout out?
We know, we all have dealt with his content enough to know that there's several different, like, it's basically a go-to tactic for him to deceive with, to make himself look more puffed up than he really is. So, like, for example, I mean, going before he was doing YouTube with his dumbass fucking Rage for the Machine band, where they like to claim that I've seen him claim and various others that they charted on Billboard like multiple times and stuff, and it's like they charted on Billboard one time, and it's through the hot heat seekers chart where like you have to pay a certain amount of money and you can get a bunch of people to vote for you, and you can make it onto the chart, and so it's like, yeah, everything with him seems to be at least half overinflated in order to make him look like a bigger deal than he is.
Thanks for the super chat. I think that was my channel for Cat Noir. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Oh, did you see that Glenn Beck talked to George Washington?
No.
You haven't seen that? Neither of you guys saw that?
No, it sounds
Oh
awful.
my God. Let me hold on. Let me find this. I can't believe you didn't see this. It's really bad.
In my defense, I've been working since Monday. And I don't mean 2 days ago.
I think it is George Washington, but let me. All right.
Give me the damn money, Glenn.
But if Glenn wants to give me the money, I'll take it.
We need the Glenn bucks.
Well, yeah, give us the Glenn bucks,
Come
man.
on.
Damn, where is it at?
All right, here goes. Glenn Beck is creating an AI George Washington to interview. This is what this is. And it's pretty bad. We're not going to watch the whole thing, but just give you an idea of what this is like. Here we go.
Jesus Christ.
We have programmed a lot of information and given you a lot of information on what's going on in today's America. Based on your writings and the writings of the rest of the founders, what is it that you feel is the biggest problem, or where we should start to fix things?
What was that? Sorry.
He looks like a fucking middle-aged porn star. That's crazy.
Yeah, well, there's also, he has a response to this, but I just want you to hear George Washington talk a little bit. So the scary thing about this is going to be supplemental content for these guys. And what I mean is they're not going to be able to engage with real people anymore. So what's going to happen is you will see them do this kind of stuff to create these fake podcasts where they're talking to fucking computers. Right? Or they're feeding it information and calling it AI, because we don't know. We don't know. They could have completely scripted George Washington to say anything they want him to say.
So I mean,
we don't know.
Glenn Beck, they could have, yeah. We don't know. So Glenn Beck is and this isn't like, I'm just pointing it out as maybe like context for why this is fucking happening, maybe. But like, he's had a history of drug and alcohol abuse. It's not a judgment, just a fact. And his head is incredibly swollen now.
Yes.
And that is sometimes a symptom of alcohol abuse in particular. So just saying.
So let's hear what George has to say here.
If I may speak plainly, my countrymen, the greatest danger to our republic lies not in foreign arms.
Is he just going to start talking about woke blue-haired liberals or something?
Wait till you see what he does, Dane. Wait till you see what he says here. It's pretty funny how they shift this out, but listen to this.
Or political faction, but in the decay...
May I just interrupt you for a second? Could you just dumb it down just a little bit?
Okay. I do have 29...
So he wants to dumb it down because, as we established in your beginning clip, Dane, that we talk about with like Geeks and Gamers, they don't care. This particular group of people don't care about real information.
Yeah.
They don't want to hear real information, real numbers, statistics, science. They don't care about any of that. They just need you to say something that they already believe in and then confirm that.
Yep.
That's what they want. So let's listen to what he has to say here now that Glenn has said that to him.
Points, and they're all referenced to exactly what we said in the past.
This, just speak in today's language.
Okay, I get it. Let me speak to Americans. If I'm honest, America's biggest problem isn't political or economic. It's all moral. You've drifted from the virtues that make liberty possible in the first place. Freedom. To be free, you have to have discipline. You have to have faith. You have to have character. And if you
keep in mind, this is us listening to an AI George Washington preach to us about what we're supposed to be morally.
Eric July, come get your boss, man. He's not doing okay.
Morally,
I think it's good to have George Washington come to us as a moral authority, because I mean, he was so moral with his slaves. So.
Yeah, he owned actual fucking
Right.
slaves.
Right. But it's just interesting. Like we're supposed to be. The way this is being framed is with the music and the emotion and all this is that we're supposed to be listening to George Washington as an AI talk to us about morals based on what? Because we don't know what Glenn Beck did to this or what Blaze did to this. We have no idea. But let's let George finish here, and then we'll move on.
Don't have any of those things. Laws.
Oh,
laws
black
can't stop
people.
anything.
Black
They
people
mean
everywhere.
little. Government turns either weak or oppressive. You have grown skeptical of truth. You're reckless with debt. You're comfortable.
What was that?
Showing the fucking protect trans kids as being skeptical of truth. Is that?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I think that's what that framing was. Yeah. But keep in mind, even if we were to take the AI as being AI and it's saying what it's saying, these scenes were implanted by Blaze. They're put here specifically to convey messaging.
We don't know. Maybe George Washington edited these in.
He was really skilled.
Reckless
about what's happening.
With debt, you're comfortable blaming instead of building anything. And in my time, we've understood that self-governance.
He absolutely does have an audience that will buy this shit. And they may
Oh,
not,
they
they're
are.
not
They're
thinking,
defending it. There are people
that's not
defending
actually
this.
George Washington. They don't think that. What they're saying, what they think is that AI is so fucking awesome and advanced that it's actually pulling together things that basically it's just representing what he would actually say.
Oh,
That's what
I'm
they
going to
think.
show you. We're going to look at Glenn's response to that. He made a response to that. So let's, here we go.
Begins with self-control. Do you even recognize what self-control is? Public virtue matters more than public opinion.
Public virtue matters more than public opinion.
And yet they're doing this.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find
Eric
it.
July's boss created this.
Yeah. So anyway, he did a follow-up here. I'm not going to watch the video, but this is what he says. No, George AI is not echoing my beliefs. Like Right Wing Watch and CNN claim, it's impossible. Impossible for that to happen. This AI draws only from founding era documents.
Yeah, right.
It has
dude.
no information about me at all. If it sounds like me, then I guess I sound like the founders.
Oh, fucking hell.
That's so fucking dumb.
Yep. So we talk about how dangerous like Skynet would be by itself. It's actually, this is dangerous.
Yeah.
This reminds me of them, like there are churches now that have AI Jesuses talking to their congregation.
Yep. It's becoming a thing. And I mean, you've already got people that are becoming enraptured and falling in love with and some worshiping AI because they don't understand, for one, that it's just, I mean, we're talking about a populace of people who didn't even broadly understand how the algorithms worked on social media before. And
Right.
that it was just feeding you what it knows you want to see, essentially. And so people became convinced that this is objective reality that they're seeing in their feeds every day, right? And then now, before you even could get a fucking handle on that, we're on to this thing, and it's just, man, we're not looking good for the future.
Well, I mean, the truth is that bad actors outside of these guys, like the ones that are making the George Washingtons and the Jesus AIs or whatever, if they wanted to jump in and create their own AI version of, say, Glenn Beck or something like that, and have Glenn Beck say whatever they want, they could at this point. Because there's a lot more information and video and dialogue from Glenn Beck than there is from anyone else that they've done so far. Am I
we
lagging?
could get an AI Glenn Beck that says trans rights?
I didn't think you were lagging, Eric, by the way.
Okay. Make sure. I felt like I was talking over people, and I'm like, wait a minute, am I lagging? But yeah, we could, like, he's calling it an AI, but we don't know that it's an AI.
Right.
We don't know
have not
that.
do the process of writing in the prompt and stuff like that. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is funny. Somebody created an AI Rush Limbaugh and posted it online. There was one of these sites, I can't remember what it was, a chat bot or whatever. They fed it like tons of Rush Limbaugh information, like anecdotes and stuff like that. And then they told it was actually Rush Limbaugh. It said, "You are Rush Limbaugh." And so this chat bot was like responding and acting like Rush Limbaugh. And people were going in. Anybody could talk to it. It was really weird.
I mean, honestly, with all the God, I don't want to think about how many hours of radio content you have from Rush Limbaugh. You could probably do one pretty convincing, probably a lot more convincing than an AI George Washington, which is history textbook shit at best.
Oh no, it was very convincing. That was the scary part. Is it was type like imagine what Rush Limbaugh would tweet out. It was stuff like that. Like this bot was very accurate to Rush Limbaugh, which the reality is anybody that's been making media like what we're doing for more than a decade and has any sort of digital footprint, they can clone you basically.
Yeah, true.
So, I mean, there's already a Clone Critical Drinker channel here on YouTube. I forget the name of it, but it sounds just like him. Yeah, I think it sounds just like him. So,
I mean, I don't know. So my chat got kind of incensed with me a while back whenever somebody was like, "Oh, that's a great impression." I'm like, "Really? Is it?" I mean, like, I'm glad he's out here doing it. But I'll tell you this, Little Movie Perp did a better impression than that in like a 1 minute thing a couple of years ago on my channel. And then I think Ed from
Pop Counterculture does a really good impression.
Too. I was like, honestly, I think if I really wanted to do it, put effort into it, I could probably do a pretty damn good impression. This is just the guy who committed to it. But not to put him down or anything. But yeah, here, check this out, because you won't believe who's calling people chuds.
Oh,
wait.
As went on Steven Crowder's show, which, by the way, I watched the whole thing, and I literally wanted to take a fork and shove it directly in my eyeballs as I watched this. Steven Crowder's a total fucking cuck. He's a cuck-ass bitch. Very clearly, he goes in there trying to do this thing where he's like, I'm gonna be kind to you. I'm gonna be reasonable. I'm gonna be fair to you, Nick Fuentes. And like, I understand you. I have some disagreements with you, but like, I understand you. And so he was clearly trying to fall.
Crowder is so fucking desperate to gain some sense of relevance. Like, there was a while back whenever all of this media war between all the grifters on the right popped off, he was like saying, "Oh, I want you guys to come on my show and I'll be the mediator and we'll all just talk." It's like, okay, yeah, that's why you want to do it, not because you want to get all these people's names on your stream so that you can, puff up your numbers a little bit. It's just so fucking transparent.
Yeah, it seems like Steven Crowder used to get in the news a lot more often than he did. It seems like he's become fairly irrelevant recently, which is a good thing because he's a terrible human being.
I mean, basically, once you you can be as shitty as you want to be, I suppose, but then apparently the line might be threatening to beat up your 9-month pregnant wife, maybe.
Yeah, because that's what I remember. Yeah, because I actually remember it was actually my parents that referenced him. They were like, "Hey, who was that one like guy that you were against that was like threatening to beat up his wife?" I was like, "Oh yeah."
Yeah.
And I was like, "I don't remember his name. Who was he?" I had to look him up.
It's like, you better watch it. It's like, man, you maybe don't talk to your wife the way that you talk to some fucking asshole drunk at a bar. Like, maybe she deserves a little bit more respect than that.
Arm from Fuentes' audience and like repeatedly sort of cucked himself and bent over backwards to be like, "You can't accuse me of sort of straw manning you. I'm being as kind as humanly possible." But the whole it was a suck and fuck fest. It was fucking gross. At the end, they were both agreeing, like, "Yeah, let's invade Venezuela, bro. Let's bomb Venezuela, bro. Yeah, here's your come get your right-wing anti-establishment crusaders who are fucking salivating for another forever war." Okay, so anyway, this is a viewer of Fuentes who's fucking pissed because he watched the whole Steven Crowder interview, and there were other moments in that interview where he made other arguments that would piss off the right. Like, for example, at one point, he praised the New Deal. He praised the CHIPS Act, which was done under Biden. I
feel like, and just to, this is what I think going into what we're about to see here. I think that Nick Fuentes is almost like pathologically incapable of getting out of his own way. Like, I feel like he's hit a point where Tucker had him on a show and he could have just made a couple of very obvious wise moves and he would have been doing pretty well for himself. And maybe even grown, and who knows where he could go. But he just it's like he sees somebody extending a helping hand or whatever, and he sees an opportunity, and he's just like, I gotta fuck this opportunity up, you know. And thank God for that, right? Like, honestly, that's fucking great. I'm glad that he has that terrible self-defeating impulse, because he's a terrible piece of shit.
Expresses that he's not really a gun nut, you know, like he thinks maybe there should be some regulation, or implies that at least. So here's his own audience questioning him about that and going like, what the fuck happened to you? You disappointed me. And his reaction is glorious.
$25. Just watch a Crowder interview. Don't find Hitler interesting? No death penalty? Scared like a pussy around people with guns. What the fuck happened?
I like how an own from Nick's audience of him is, huh, you don't find Hitler interesting? Loser. Wow, that's pretty damning, but not of him.
No death penalty? Scared like a pussy around people with guns. What the fuck happened?
No death penalty? They're like, how dare you?
Watching the same guy? Major Eleanor lost.
Okay, so you're just like a stupid chud. No, I found Stalin way more interesting than Hitler. God. Far more interesting. You want to know why? Because Stalin fucking won. That's the difference. I like winners. And, you know, Hitler was based. We all know that.
Yeah, of course.
Come get your right-wing subculture, dog. I love this. Oh, God, they're so insular. They're so insular. Nick Fuentes trying to get his own audience off his ass. Actually, yeah, Hitler was based. We like Hitler. Papa? Am I an edgy boy? Am I a naughty boy? Jesus Christ. Again, this is the fucking You're 12 theory of politics in America. Like, yeah, of course you want somebody to say Hitler was cool. You're 12. Like, are you going to say the thing that you're not allowed to say? Are you going to say it? Oh, he just said the thing that you're not allowed to say. I like watching this. Like, Jesus Christ. This is the fucking political equivalent of like, I'm going to touch the hot stove. Tss, it hurt, but isn't it based? Childish. Fucking childish all around. Humiliating.
We all know Hitler was based, but Stalin won. And Stalin ruled for 25 years. And that's awesome. You know what's a little more awesome? In the end, Stalin might have been killed by the Jews before he really won.
Like, this is just the kind of dude that, like, you can tell he's just thinking of shit to say, off the cuff most of the time.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's pretty much just saying, I support mass murderers. And it's like...
Right. Yeah, I mean, whatever he feels like he can make some kind of edgy point on any given moment.
Did you guys see the Piers Morgan clip with him?
Oh, I heard about it. I've been
it's crazy. It's better than this.
Look it up.
Are you talking about Piers Morgan and Tucker? Or what are you talking about?
No, Piers and Nick.
Yeah.
No, wait.
He goes in on Nick Fuentes. Piers Morgan does.
Oh, okay. No, I haven't seen that shit.
He humiliates him.
It's another rare Piers W.
Piers has been having a few W's recently. I don't know what's going on.
Well, barely. He's been happening to be on the correct side of someone like Tucker Carlson, saying that gay people are made that way through pornography and shit like that.
Right.
Did you see any of that crap? Because that was fucking nuts.
No, I saw that one, and then he goes in on Nick, and Nick thinks he's like, oh, I just got a clip out of you or whatever, but it's so juvenile. Like, yeah. Nick admits he's a virgin. He's like, I've never been with a woman. He says that in the clip.
Oh yeah, he's literally said that basically having a girlfriend. And I heard a little bit more of what he claims his justification for is that he's on a podcast, and I saw the clip, and he said that, like, basically, if you're wasting your time with a woman that you're not procreating with, and you're just kind of, and you're not committed to the cause, that's how he tried to kind of backtrack and justify saying that it's gay to have a girlfriend or whatever. And it's like,
yeah,
these people, him and Andrew Tate, man, some of these guys just go so far right that they just, I don't know, fall off the edge and land on a dick. It's weird.
I want to stress, I'm still not a fan of Piers Morgan at all.
No.
He just getting scattered W's somewhat.
Well, I mean, because at the same time that he was defending, gay people correctly against Tucker Carlson, he was also throwing trans people under the bus, which just is a bizarre position to hold, to be like, well, yeah, gay people are born that way, obviously, but like trans people aren't, right? Like, it's fucking, how, I don't know. He's 27. I would have thought he was like, I don't know, 21, 22, some shit.
I mean, he's been around for a while, but yeah.
Right, I've been more aware of him long enough that I can't be the person.
Yeah, hold on. I got to share this clip. Hold on. I want to share this, though.
Okay.
I was like, it's a short clip. It's a short clip. Hold on. This is the one where he talks about being attracted to women. It's a really funny one because Piers pretty much drags him. Drag him. All right, here we go.
Just to clear up one of the many theories about you, I've no idea what the answer is, and you haven't got to answer. But are you actually attracted to women?
I am attracted to women.
You're not gay?
No. But I will say that women are very difficult to be around.
Okay. Yeah, if you're a fucking emotionally stunted moron.
There's that.
And do you think they should have the right to vote?
I do not. No, absolutely not.
They should stay at home?
Well, yeah, absolutely.
See, basically, you're just a misogynist old dinosaur, aren't you? for a young guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I'm the boomer. I know I'm the boomer here, but actually, you're a 27-year-old dinosaur, aren't you? Aren't you, Nick Fuentes? All women.
I am.
All women are annoying. All women grow old. They all get fat. Says the guy. Have you ever had sex?
No, absolutely not.
Wow. Says the guy who's never got laid.
My God, dude.
Jesus,
He's bullying him like a
savage.
goddamn high school bully, man. That's fucking amazing.
Yeah, it's crazy. Anyway.
Oh yeah, his date with the Catboys years ago. That's I don't know, something going on there. And just in case you haven't seen any of this, it is
And then Saigon does have a point that Piers is having him on his show.
Oh, I did want to say I did have a quick super chat over here on my channel. Cartoon 49 with a $2 super chat. You've seen Sinners and One Battlefield After Another. Both are thumbs up. I have seen Sinners. I love that movie. Probably one of my favorite movies of the year. I have not seen One Battle After Another.
I'm looking forward to it, even though I'm not a massive Paul Thomas Anderson fan.
I've heard
I don't dislike him really.
Hearing nothing but great stuff about One Battle After Another. So.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things about it.
Yeah, I plan on renting it as soon as it comes out on VOD.
Say.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you for the super chat.
Talking about Paul Thomas Anderson, I guess that can branch off into talking about, Quentin Tarantino is a fucking shithead, man. Man, that was quick. I didn't even know.
I was looking for a spot to segue.
What the fuck is the point of this, man? Like, this is how it shows that he's pretty disconnected, I think, and it's easy to forget that he was a kind of a antisocial movie dork, extreme movie dork that just wrote some movies and got extremely famous very fast and changed the fucking, like, you can't deny what contributions he's had to filmmaking. But then every once in a while he just comes out and says something where it's like, dude, what kind of fucking asshole are you? For one thing, it's not even, I don't think most people would agree with him on this.
Well, I mean, even I, who I'm actually not thrilled with, I thought Paul Dano in There Will Be Blood was kind of weak. That being said, he's done amazing performances since then. So it's
if you're Quentin Tarantino and you're arguably one of the most famous people in Hollywood, what do you there's nothing but negativity there's nothing but a harm that you can cause to someone's career, even if you do feel this way. Just coming out and saying this shit.
Well, that's what I said when I read the news when it first dropped or whatever. I said that it's one thing for a bunch of like essentially nobodies to get on the internet and say they don't like his acting or they didn't like him in the movie. That's fine. Yeah. But when you have someone at the highest level you can possibly be in their particular field saying that about someone, that's a completely different deck of cards.
For full context, I'll read the quote, just like I did for Eric's stream like last Thursday. Obviously, it's supposed to be a two-hander. But it's also drastically obvious that it's not a two-hander. Tarantino said, Dano is weak sauce, man. He's the weak sister. Daniel is eating him alive. Austin Butler would have been one for that role. He's just such a weak, uninteresting guy. Daniel Day-Lewis shows that he doesn't need a strong foil. The movie needs it. He doesn't need anything. He's supposed to be a two-hander. It's supposed to be a two-hander. It's not. You put him in with the weakest fucking actor in SAG, the limpest dick in the world. It's like, Jesus fucking Christ. Can you be any more of a teenager about this?
I mean, so one thing, it doesn't excuse this, but Quentin Tarantino is known to be kind of a jerk, kind of an asshole guy. Like, that's one thing. But the other thing is, as he gets older and these guys get older, they just say stuff. They just say dumb shit. There's so many actors that I've loved over the years that say dumb shit now, and it ends up in an interview, and I'm like, why did you say that? I like partially respected you, and now you said some dumb shit. Like, it's crazy.
This is exactly it. This is it right here. This is like if you work in somewhere at a restaurant or whatever, and then your boss, your former boss, goes around and tells all the other restaurant owners, tell everybody how fucking terrible you were or whatever when you weren't, and you're just like did the job you were hired to do. Yes, weak sauce, dude. You're Quentin Tarantino. Something better than that.
So, I mean, he wasn't as specific, but like he also took the time to say that he is not a fan of Matthew Lillard and Owen Wilson. Which is just it's unprofessional to say the least.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but besides all that, it's such a weird criticism of.
So real quick, I just want to
You guys
point out
hear me?
you read your super chat, man.
Yeah, we looked at it. You have to go back like 3 or 4 minutes. We looked at it, Cartoon. Thank you for the super chat. I do appreciate it.
Yeah, it's a really weird criticism of Dano in that role because he's supposed to be the weak one.
That's true.
He's not supposed to be equal to Daniel Plainview.
He's actually like he's it's been a long time since I've seen it, so I'm not sure how to describe it, but like it's what he's doing, what's hard to do. He does that.
Yeah.
And to think that, anybody really, you shouldn't judge any actor that's opposite Daniel Day-Lewis. I mean, what the fuck?
Well, no, there is that too, yeah.
Because there's no way any other actor's going to win that scene. Daniel Day-Lewis has it on lockdown. Like, he's ridiculous.
Well, yeah, but the entire point of the role is that he is supposed to be a very weak man who is trying to pretend to be a strong man, and Daniel Plainview is a strong man, not pretending. So I wonder if Tarantino got what the film was about at all,
he
or
called
if it's
Slim Dick and weak, and maybe it just was too effective for him, and he doesn't even realize it. You know what I mean? I don't know. I haven't seen Paul Dano in a whole lot of stuff. I've seen him in that. I've seen him in The Batman. Obviously, I've seen him in Swiss Army Man, which he was an excellent performance in that as well.
Oh yeah, he's great in Love and Mercy. If you're interested in the Beach Boys, great movie.
He's really good as a youngster as well. I mean, what was it Detroit Rock City that he was in?
Yes, holy shit, that was him.
Testing.
Yeah.
Whoa, I
God,
just realized
was that him? God, that's been a while.
It was.
Can you guys hear me okay? My mic was going
Yeah.
on me. Okay, thank you.
That's kind of blowing my mind. So what happened with Matthew Lillard? I keep seeing that mentioned. I haven't looked into that.
Oh, so he just took a moment out to also say he's not a fan of Matthew Lillard and Owen Wilson. Matthew Lillard did respond, essentially saying it hurts.
Well, yeah, I bet.
The two-time Oscar Lillard recently admitted it hurts after the two-time Oscar-winning director mentioned, "I don't care for the Five Nights at Freddy's two actors' on-screen abilities, along with Paul Dano and Owen Wilson. Quentin Tarantino this week said he didn't like me as an actor. Whatever. Who gives a shit?" He told his fans while speaking at GalaxyCon in Columbus, Ohio, eliciting support from the audience. Which honestly, listen, man, I can Owen Wilson. I think is fine, but I get if he's not your cup of tea.
I think
Matthew Lillard's just a good actor. I don't know what his issue
Owen Wilson is usually just kind of what to expect from him, but then roles like in Loki, for example, he kind of levels up.
And he was good there.
Pretty awesome. That's crazy. Yeah, that's another thing, man. He's a big fucking Zionist. He went to fucking Israel in 2023, and fuck him just on that alone, right? Paul Dano is pro-Palestine. Fuck, there we go.
Yeah. So Paul Dano is based.
It's not him in Detroit Rock City. Yeah, it's the actor I get him confused with all the time, Sam Huntington.
Oh, that.
Oh, okay. Oh, I can see that. I can see that. Yeah.
He was in.
Sam
He was in
Huntington's
Little.
good, too. Sam.
Yeah, he was in Little Miss Sunshine. Paul Dano. I knew there was an early.
Yes, he was good in Little Miss Sunshine. Yes.
Yeah, but I can understand why he would go after Matthew Lillard, because Lillard's not really known for, to put it unkindly, acting. The sort of film roles he takes.
He's known for that one mode that he got famous for, right? Yeah.
But also, why would you bother criticizing Matthew Lillard?
Out of all why would you take the time to single out these actors at all, right? When there's almost certainly, there are certainly far worse actors, and it's just fucking weird. It just goes to show that I don't know, man. Go look at some feet or something, Quentin.
Yeah. Go expose your fetish more. And I brought this up before, but I do feel like him doing this almost feels like he's burning bridges, and it makes me wonder if he's given up on doing his 10th movie, which was such a dumb, arbitrary thing.
Comment on is that he has put himself in a fucking Winds of Winter situation, basically, where it's he's never gonna he's gonna have to change it, because it's so arbitrary to say I'm gonna do 10 and then I'm done. And now he's I think changed twice what he was planning on doing as his final movie, and it's just beyond obvious that he doesn't want to just do 10 and he's going to want to do more after that. And it's like, why do this? You know?
Yeah. Why did you set that arbitrary boundary? Yes, there are some directors who kind of aren't as great in their later years. So there's some directors that still do fucking bangers. Like, why set an arbitrary boundary for yourself? Of course, if he's going to be a douchebag about it, then I'm glad to see him go.
Because I think it's like, I think he's trying to write his legacy himself. You know what I mean? Like he's trying to write how he's going to be seen for, you know, in the future and whatnot is what it comes off to me like. He's trying to control that ahead of time. It's just make good movies and you'll be fine.
I mean, heck, I will admit, like, Pulp Fiction was a movie that kind of influenced me to really dive into looking into filmmaking, because just the way it was put together, I thought was very creative. How it's completely
not what movies were looking like pre Pulp Fiction and then post Pulp Fiction. Like it had a pretty fucking fundamental, seismic kind of effect, because everything was starting to look a little bit samey, you know, in the way things were shot and everything. And then after that, you started seeing, you know, more experimentation, more independent, named writer director come out and have their stuff pushed forward. So,
although you also did see a lot of terrible crime movies in the wake as well.
A lot of terrible attempts at being Tarantino.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll say
which is inevitable with any success.
Boondock Saints sucks. Sorry,
but
just break my heart.
not as much as the sequel, from what I've heard.
Right.
Yeah, the sequel's a little rough.
But yeah, I mean, as is inevitable with any success like that, which is kind of different, it inspired people, good and bad. So, yeah.
I mean, that's just the nature of the beast. There's so many bad sci-fi movies after Star Wars. So many bad attempts at the MCU after the MCU blew up. You know, it's what happens. Something becomes successful, and then everybody tries to copy it. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, he has bad takes. Like he had a take. Remember when he said that that nobody like, and I was like, wait, he thinks this is a bad thing, but he's not saying explicitly he thinks it's bad. He just says it and assumes everyone agrees with him. So whenever he was saying that, like, you know, movies, there's no movie stars anymore. Now you just people are, movie characters now.
But who cares?
You know, Thor.
How does that affect my viewing experience of the movie?
Why would I give it? I mean, I want to know an actor that I appreciate their roles and stuff, but I mean, like a character that's done well is that you want to remember that. Of course.
Number one, I don't know if there's a strong argument there's no movie stars, especially when you have Chris Pratt and Ryan Gosling pretty much starring in every other movie. So I think movie stars.
Pedro Pascal
exist.
is also
movies. But like, even if it was such a thing and it was more like character based, is that an issue? More.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That comment matters to him and his little fucking elitist buddies, right? That comment matters to him. It doesn't matter to anybody else. It has no effect on anything.
But what
it doesn't affect your movie-going experience at all.
He has this romanticized old Hollywood view. I mean, that's what Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is. That's why there's scenes of just driving that have nothing to do with anything. You know, because he wanted to show this is this is the golden age of Hollywood. And it's a great movie. I love that movie.
Driving, and there just happens to be a woman's feet in the frame.
Yeah, but you can just tell that like he has this fucking hard on for old Hollywood, and so whenever something that's from old Hollywood, like the movie star, the concept of movie star, isn't as big a deal anymore as it used to be, he becomes old man, yelling at cloud.
Yeah, freaking Michael B. Jordan's another example of freaking movie star.
But does it really matter? I mean, look at Scorsese's career. His films never had movie stars. Robert De Niro wasn't a star in the beginning. Pacino wasn't a star in the beginning. I mean, a lot of those films that got greenlit in that period of the late 60s, early 70s were not star films. They had nobodies in them, made by nobodies.
So the only allegations that I'm aware of were the ones with well, not really allegations, but Uma Thurman had come out and talked about how he had pushed her pretty goddamn hard in some pretty shitty ways in filming Kill Bill. And then he apparently, from what I remember, he'd apologized and talked to her and kind of repaired over that and recognized that I don't remember the details of what it was, but like, you know, I can imagine there was a lot of screaming and just like pushing her when she was tired and stuff like that. Not good. But as far as I know, he hasn't like molested any feet without consent. But you know who probably has? This guy.
And you get to the heart of it if you're sort of one-on-one with kids. They won't just talk about the emptiness of their life or the fact that the sex is sterile or whatever. They will know that there's something not quite right, and that its origin is there at something that was not quite right. Have you ever been addicted to anything? Oh yeah. Okay. Big time. So you know, there's that moment when your mind is flooded, and it's all you can think about. Yes. And it's all that you can. You got to get it out, because if you don't do a line or have a smoke or do something, if you don't get it out.
What's the deal with Tucker Carlson? Just like, what if I just like brought on the absolute most vile people on the right onto my show? That'd be pretty cool, right? That'd be.
I mean, that's a lot of right wingers. That's their MO.
True, but like even still, he's like literally within a matter of a month, he's got two people who are essentially he was fucking canceled and thrown out by the right, years ago. Milo was, and he ended up doing, pretending he's not gay, and selling fucking like jewelry on QVC for Christians or whatever.
I was going to ask, is he still not gay?
Yeah, he's still not gay, quote unquote, not gay. That's what this whole chat was about.
He is the gayest not gay man ever.
This is the whole thing. Was Tucker was asking him like, what does it mean to be gay? What is it? And he's saying it's full of shit, obviously, but he's saying that what he's talking about right there. He's equating his own sex addiction with being gay.
Right.
So he has a sex addiction. That's clear.
Because straight people don't have sex addiction.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's exclusive to gay people.
Not the same thing.
So he's just saying, "Oh, I was just had this perversion, this thing, and it was like I have to stop." It's like, no, you're equating.
No, you're a gay person with the sex addiction.
Right.
That's what it is. You've got it's undiagnosed bullshit, is what it is.
Prior to this, Tucker had that conversation. I guess you call it that, with where he was really kind of jacked up on something. It seemed like. Where he was arguing that being gay is something that's made by pornography and society pushes people to be gay and stuff like that.
But when you ask someone who is straight how much gay pornography they'd have to consume to become gay, the answer would be 0, because it doesn't work. It's one of the dumbest fucking arguments.
Yeah, because you're either attracted to it or you're not. It's Jesus Christ.
Well, I mean, what it is, it seems like with Tucker is just maybe he's telling on himself a little bit. I don't know.
I think Tucker seems to be very interested. He had a conversation with Piers Morgan about gay people as well.
Right.
So I feel like
there's this fascination on the right to talk about
with gay shit. Yeah, I talked about it the other day with Heel versus Babyface. I'm like, why are these people so fucking obsessed with gay people?
Yeah, it's absolutely fucking bizarre.
Do you want to know stuff that bad? This is why in fucking red states, things like femboy and fisting and bottom action and shit like that are all the highest search terms, because they're so fucking sexually repressed by their own community that they have to do everything in private, because they are secretly jealous that gay people and lesbians, bisexual people, trans people, queer people in general can exist openly, because they want to be able to do it and they can't because they've been cucked by their own community. That's essentially what's happened. They've been cucked by the Republican conservative community, and they can't do anything. This is why Grindr crashes out whenever there's a Republican convention. Got to get the dick while you can, while the wife's at home.
Jesus,
it's crazy.
Well, and then speaking of, once again, of Milo and gay right wingers, so he took he said it before about Benny Johnson, but we got real specific this time.
Real quick, whenever Benny Johnson is mentioned, it needs to be stressed. Russian asset Benny Johnson.
Absolutely.
Right.
Can't trust anything the man says. You remember we looked at his sudden growth despite not having his engagement not growing on his YouTube channel.
Friend of Friday Night Tights, Benny Johnson.
Oh,
very
right.
Good. They've done lots of crossovers. He has literally, there's anytime where they've found an excuse to say that they're being attacked by Disney or whatever the fuck they do sometimes, they're trying to shut down Gary or whatever. Like, he will also do a video and have them on and stuff like that. And it's and not to mention his 2 million subscriber stream, Benny Johnson's. He had a handful of guests show up, and they were Alex Jones, Gary, Jeremy Griggs, who else? But I mean, like, just
out of all the people in that space,
right.
2 of them are fandom channels.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and then Alex Jones, who they have had on twice, and it starts to kind of, look a little bit sus there, man.
Yeah.
Like, maybe these guys don't have the best country in mind.
Let's not forget, Gary isn't left all right.
That's true. He's independent.
Right.
Yeah, he's just.
That's why he shows up on so many left-leaning streams and podcasts.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's why he talks to me regularly. We have our debates.
So this is actually a good news kind of video I got right here. I just pulled this from the
good news?
Yeah, the Humanist Report. We never watched them, so let's do that.
Yeah. Good shit.
Is it? Yeah.
Fucking evil scumbag.
True.
You just got a small, tiny little taste of Tim Pool's unhinged rant about Candace Owens, where he lays into her for spreading conspiracy theories about Charlie Kirk's murder and also accuses her of dividing the right. And that is one of multiple disputes taking place in the online right-wing grifter sphere. And I've got to say, this entire space just feels cooked at this point. And I never thought that I would say that because I never thought that I would see the day when...
It's almost like it's a Chudpocalypse.
Huh.
Yeah,
it seems kind of crazy that they would just so suddenly be this bad off at each other's throats. But when you really think about it, they're not going to cover what's actually happening with Trump.
Because I keep saying this. I feel like it's just like everything I say comes true, right? They're fighting with each other because they have no one else to fight with. They control everything politically. There's nothing they can do except repeat Trump's talking points. Candace ain't going to do that.
I mean, they would actually comment on what's going on with Trump and say, this is not
exactly.
Good. But they're not going to do
so
that.
So they're cannibalizing each other because they're trying to make money off of ad revenue and outrage, and they can only do it within their own community right now.
That's the thing. So like they wanted, they're all about generating outrage. Problem is they can't get outrage at the government or all that stuff anymore. Because they've won. They've won all the power. So all they can do is fight amongst themselves.
And let's not forget, going back to what Eric was saying about repressed homosexuality, they have to repress their hatred of each other in order to get along. Yeah. So, like we've said before, they all present a united front, but behind the scenes, they all hate each other.
Oh yeah.
And so, like on the left, I would say there's a lot of left wing in fighting, but that's more like, say you've got an elastic band and you stretch it and let it return, and then you stretch it a bit more and let it return, and that's the sort of infighting on the left. It's almost constant.
I would also say on the left, it's about typically like ethical issues.
Well, yeah, of course there is that as well. But on the right, because they're all pulling in different directions while holding a united front, that elastic band is so taut that it doesn't have any give in it, and so eventually it snaps, and that's what we're seeing now, the snapping.
Yep. I mean, yeah, it's it's entertaining, that's for sure, and it'll be interesting to see where everybody ends up. You know what I mean? Like, what does a post Chud YouTube era look like, right? Like whenever they're no longer they're on speaking terms with each other, and I'm sure that many of them will still be around for quite a while, but like, yeah, it'll just be
Maybe. I also want to point out there's only a matter of time before they start using slurs towards each other. It's only a matter of time.
Well, and apart from Milo Yiannopoulos, none of them are giving up the secrets yet, and they must
Not yet.
have secrets.
It's going to happen. I think Candace will be the
that'll
first to break. I think Candace will be the first.
And that's Milo's whole bag, though. That's his whole shtick. Is it like he's done this before, where every once in a while he pops up, he tries to kind of take the pull the curtain back in order to really get some oh my god, I can't believe you said that, and then he kind of just goes away again because that's really the only thing he has the power to do anymore. Nobody will platform for an extended period of time, right? So,
the trouble with his shtick is he's been on the outs for so long, he doesn't have any new gossip, so he's only got the old stuff.
Well, I also want to point out, Ryan, I think that him converting to being straight is a way of him trying to like erase everything he did in the past. Because remember back in 2016, he tried to like legitimize underage relationships.
Yeah,
that was something that he
I
did.
think it was like on even the Joe Rogan podcast. He was talking about how that was okay, and it was
So
Even
now
Joe
he's
Rogan
trying to
gave
walk
him
that back
Even
by
Joe-
saying it was a sex addiction. That was what was causing it. I was sex addicted. It made me gay. It also made me defend underage relationships and underage grape and all that stuff. Like all this was justified by his sex addiction. And now he's no longer addicted to sex, which was what made him gay. So I guess it erases all that. All that's gone now.
I like how you can just combine those because that makes no sense at all. No sense.
Well, if you remember when Michael Douglas came out as being a sex addict, that was also when he announced that he was gay. Oh,
Yeah.
no, hang on.
Oh, wait.
No, not at all. He only slept with women during his sex addiction. Because he's
It's
a straight man.
almost
It's
like
weird,
you just
isn't it?
go for the people you're attracted to. Go for
Yes, it's almost like that's how it works, right?
Yeah.
That happens since all of these people are funded by the same billionaire donors, so you'd think they'd have an incentive to zip their lips. Nonetheless, it's all falling apart, and you can't not come to that conclusion given everything that's transpired over the past couple of months. I mean, Nick Fuentes went to war with Ben Shapiro and seemingly won. Ben Shapiro is now struggling to hit 30 and even 20,000 views on certain videos, despite having 7 million subscribers. Now, to be fair, some of his videos do still pop off from time to time. Nonetheless, it's a far cry from where he was just a couple of years ago when he was at the top of his game. Now, additionally, you've got right-wingers like Glenn Beck off in La La Land somewhere posting interviews with AI George Washington, which we are absolutely going to get to. But first, I just got to say that this thumbnail, when I saw it for the first time, I laughed so fucking hard. Because what are we doing here, Glenn? You're like 85 years old. What's the point of this? But we'll talk about that later.
You know what I want to point out also in this clip? That thumbnail looks suspiciously like a typical Chud thumbnail with like the orange and white writing. And I know that because I do these for my thumbnail.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
We've lost Dave.
We lost Dave.
I do this shit with my thumbnails to make fun of this,
Yeah.
but they're doing this unironically. This is them legitimately doing these thumbnails. You know what I mean?
What's even weirder looking at that, though, is that the Glenn Beck in the little box looks also AI generated.
Yes. True.
And
True.
And was George Washington from Italy? Was he an Italian American? Because he looks like a cross between Scorsese and De Niro.
That's true.
Because what are we doing here, Glenn? You're like 85 years old. What's the point of this? But we'll talk about that later. Now, on top of all of this, you've got Milo Yiannopoulos back out of nowhere accusing multiple conservatives of being closeted homosexuals, which I love it so much. And he's also, as he's accusing a bunch of right-wingers of being homosexuals, he's claiming, actually, nobody's really gay. So, we're going to be eating good.
Right. So, I didn't even think about that, but that's really funny. So nobody's really gay because it's some sort of addiction and, it just happens or whatever. So no one's really gay, but there's a bunch of really gay, closeted, conservative people out there as well. So that's...
that makes sense.
Today, my friends, because we're going to talk about all of this bullshit and the implosion.
So I wasn't sure. This was this your clip, Bob, or Dane's clip?
It's Dane's.
Okay, well, I'm going to drop it out because I don't want to walk over his clip. He might have something he wanted to show on that one. But it is funny watching a lot of the infighting that's going on right now. 100%. It's just all of it's falling apart. I talked about it the other day that we're seeing less organization between channels now too. They're not doing as much crossover. It's kind of just the same people on the same streams all the time. Comicsgate is having sort of an implosion at the moment. Gamer from Mars did an expose video on Comicsgate 2 days ago. It's an hour-long video where he breaks down all of the drama and the decline of Comicsgate, which I'm probably going to watch and react to because I think it's kind of interesting. I didn't even realize that people were still... outside of our bubble, that people were still keeping up with anything to do with Comicsgate, to be honest.
I mean,
the fact that
they seem
Gamers
to-
from Mars
yeah.
did that video means that I think there are some people who are at least interested in it.
It
to some
seems
degree.
to become somewhat irrelevant, especially with Rippaverse just not doing well.
The Rippaverse. Where's that guy at in the chat?
Well, this is something that was weird that's happened to me as well on my unlogged in account. And I don't know if it's happened to you guys or anyone in chat, but I've been getting a lot of stuff from a Stargate channel pop up in my recommended.
Stargate?
What,
Yeah, I
the
can't.
franchise Stargate?
Yeah, it's not an official
Oh.
channel; it's a fan channel, but it's called Dial the Gate or something like
I
that.
think Gate World and Dial the Gate are both non-Chud channels, though, right?
Well, one of the Dial
Yeah.
the Gate interviewed that Star Wars girl recently.
So she is really going all in on this Stargate stuff, and I think it's because, again, there's a lack of stuff to talk about, and so
Right.
they're jumping on everything. I'm an OG Stargate fan. I loved it since the movie. I watched all the shows multiple times, including Stargate Universe.
I mean, I came in late to SG1, but I've seen it all.
So I probably will start covering it at some point on my Reloaded channel within the next couple weeks or whatever. But
well,
why
weird
is
thing
that
about it-
Star Wars girl kind of limits your branding for stuff? But
Yeah. Well, it was just weird because about 2 weeks ago, I think it was when they announced that Stargate was coming back in some sort of fashion.
Mhm.
All of a
Yeah, it's
sudden,
not
I
clear what,
recommend-
but we are getting
I
a new
would
series
say
or something.
3 or 4 of this channel's videos recommended, and they're quite a small channel. So I was wondering, because I've never searched for anything Stargate related, so I was just wondering if they were paying for promotion of some kind, or
I mean,
just crack the algorithm.
my issue is, so this is my only concern, is if they're smaller channels, why would that Star Wars girl connect with those channels? First of all, that's the number one thing. Is it because she wants to pick up a new audience to come over and indoctrinate? Is that what she wants to do? Because that would be my first, that if I were guessing, that would be my first guess. But the other thing is, are they not researching these channels when they're inviting them on? Or are they just going, oh, it's a channel with like 400,000 subs or whatever. We just want to have them on our stream or whatever. I don't know. And I feel like there's an opportunity to sort of get ahead of this because this is a new show coming out. It's a new franchise. I think that we could prevent the pipeline from getting muddied up if we sort of start engaging in that content a little bit early as well, because it seems like they're jumping on it pretty quickly too.
Yeah, I didn't know they were jumping on it. Of course, Stargate's been dead since.
Well, she did a stream with
Universe
Nina
ended.
Infinity, who's kind of persona non grata for fucking Friday Night Tights after she started all the drama with Eric July and Dick Masterson. But she streamed with Nina. And I don't have a big issue with Nina. Nina said some chuddy stuff, but I don't think Nina Infinity's like a full-on chud. She's just kind of in that group or whatever,
Yeah,
so she's not really been on my radar. But
she might just be a dipshit.
yeah, I think that's kind of the situation. But she was streaming with Anna, Star Wars girl, about Stargate. So
Interesting comment from Big Fieldy, though, saying that there was a bunch of pushback against her being on this podcast.
Oh,
I'm wondering
really?
if she's. I wonder if she's trying to avoid getting Melanie macked.
Maybe. She's having a falling out with Comicsgate right now, so that's another issue.
Like, she hasn't been really doing anything with the normal Chud network. So, like, Comicsgate was kind of what she fell back on. So she's not doing that even.
Whose podcast was she on?
Dial the Gate, Stargate podcast with a small channel.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, all of a sudden it started getting pushed in my recommended on my unsigned in account. I couldn't work out why, and then just a couple of days ago,
I used to know some people associated with the Stargate group because I was pretty heavy in their forums back in the day.
Yeah, I
don't know
mean,
if
I
any of those
remember
people are still
following
there.
Gate World back in the day. Like I said, I haven't really been really engaged with Stargate simply because there hasn't been anything happening with it. Yeah. But yeah, her last video was a Stargate video, although it was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, because it's not a franchise that I saw the film, and I know that's not really reflective of the series, of any of the series, but it was
actually, I won't say it's completely disconnected. General O'Neill is kind of a different character, but like Daniel Jackson's like the same.
Get yourself a glass of water, Bob. Oh, you're still muted.
I'm doing it backwards.
Interesting. Yes, it's like when they've talked about doing Battlestar Galactica again a couple of times now over the years, and it seems to be that they decided already that if they do, it's going to be a complete reboot. I guess, which I'm not really.
Which I'm sad. Caprica had potential, I thought.
I think, though, in many ways, Battlestar Galactica rebooting every few years is kind of poetic based on the concept for the series.
Yeah,
true.
All this has happened before. All this will happen again next time the ratings are down.
I can tell you right now, the Stargate community does not need Anna involved with it. I'm sorry.
No.
Like, she doesn't need to be involved with it at all. And actually, I saw she was a guest on one. It was like, I guess he does different guests every week on his podcast, and she was on one of the weeks or whatever. He can have whoever he wants on his podcast, but I think he needs to at least understand the kind of community he's getting involved with.
So what do you think that she's doing? Is she like trying to stake out her next grift or what?
I said early, like I guess you were away, but I said that I think that she is looking for a new audience. I think that she's seeing diminishing returns, and this is a new audience for her. Like
they all are.
Yeah. But I'm saying I think she's trying to pivot. Like she might actually know a little bit about Stargate, right? And she's trying to pivot into that community because there's nothing going on in the other space, and there's a lot of major infighting in CG right now in Comicsgate, and she's in the middle of it.
I just want to respond to a couple comments real quick. Yes, Teal'c was awesome. Christopher Judge was awesome. I hope they do something with him. And then the time loop one. Listen, it's a classic, but everybody, come on, get more creative. Come on.
I speculated that she's trying not to get Melanie Macked, which I think should be the new phrase for anyone who completely drops off.
Yeah,
Melanie Mack is pretty much down to one channel with random gaming streams, and that's all she's doing now. So she's not uploading content regularly. She's abandoned 2 of her channels.
So yeah, I didn't. Sorry, I had to get off and talk to my girlfriend for a minute. But like, did y'all discuss how the things that like Milo specifically said about Benny Johnson at all, or no?
No, we decided
we didn't get very far into the video.
Yeah, we actually took the video down because we
So we
weren't
can
sure
go
what it was
back
you wanted
into
us
it
to
if
talk
you
about.
want.
Yeah.
I was just wanted to point out that what he said specifically was that that it's well known among people on the right that Benny Johnson, and his wife was even aware of it. That apparently they would go to these conventions or whatever, and that she would be like down in the bar at the lobby or the hotel or whatever, and he'd be up there with some dude in the room, and of course Benny Johnson came out with a tweet saying, I'm duty bound to defend my family's honor, and it's like, dude, if you didn't. He's like constantly posting pictures of his family as like props and stuff.
Yeah.
It's pretty cringe. But yeah, I think it's hilarious. Couldn't happen to better people, to be honest. They tear each other the fuck apart.
I think you missed it where I was saying that I believe this is them trying to make up for lack of outside people to target.
Yeah.
It's just them kind of cannibalizing. Like every single right wing influencer space is suffering from the same exact thing right now. It's happening in the fandom space, it's happening in the influencer space, it's happening on the political side. We're seeing it with like Marjorie Taylor Greene and stuff like that. The people are this is something that we talked about back when Trump was reelected. That once you win, once you've got the prize and you're in power, there's no one else to go after. So you have to start going after each other because there's no other targets. So,
especially if you're doing so badly in the government. In the governing bit of it, because I think I've said before that of all the lies Trump has told, he could kind of get away with them because they weren't nationwide. But you can't tell people that things are cheaper now when they're not, because everybody notices. You can't lie to everybody. You can't say, "Oh no, you're imagining that the price has gone up." People notice.
Yeah.
So y'all, we mentioned that Tim Pool, I have no evidence of this obviously, but it is my opinion that he's probably just lying about his house being shot at or whatever.
Do you mean Russian asset Tim Pool?
Right.
Okay.
It just seems like, because if you've seen the clip of him talking about it, he's specifically complaining about not making enough money. And that he might not be able to do the show. It seems like it's almost like an extortion type of thing for content. He's like, we might not be able to show anymore. Too much money goes into it, and I'm not talking about production. I'm talking about security. Because we got shot at. So like maybe the 19th might be the last time we do the show, and it's pretty nakedly to me, just like, please send us money, or
Well, he did the same thing, but he didn't have this story to fall back on. But 6 months ago he was groveling that he would have to shut down parts of his show because he didn't have enough money. And then shut it down. I'm sorry, if you're not making enough money from doing your job, then your business has failed. Goodbye.
You want to talk
That's
about
capitalism,
business
isn't it?
Want to talk about business failures? Is any Air July fans in the chat?
Mm.
Someone sent this over to me. This is the Ripple Works crowdfunding thing. He hasn't even met his first goal yet. He's only got 255 supporters.
Oh,
255 supporters. Has there ever been a more spectacular fucking but also just slow motion fall off, man?
He obviously needs to call his boss and be like, "Hey, can you give me some money?"
I don't know how this happened so quickly, because it really did. It kind of was like 2 years, okay, and then just this past year, irrelevant. Really. I remember there was a whole ecosystem of people just making fun of Eric July.
Yeah, and then
It's
now
it's now not even cool or exciting or fun to do that. Like, it's just sad at this point, man. Like, I don't even want to make content about this, really. I'm just like, oh, man.
Like, okay, look, so here's his channel, okay? Look at the views he's getting, man. These are views like my channel gets. 5K, 4K, 2.5K, and it's been a whole day. And he's talking about like an irrelevant topic, which means the algorithm isn't even promoting him. 6.5K. Oh, look, he had one big support indie animation, 26K views.
So that's basically what I think. What he's realized is that he gets a surge whenever he announces a big new thing. People do want to check that out and see what it's about. Probably over half of them are like us, like, "Oh God, what kind of dumb shit is this time?" But like, that's where we're probably going to see him do this every once in a while. You know, just like, oh man,
he lost another 1K subs last month. So
yeah, he's not even trying to hide it anymore. He just going
crazy fucking amount of views for that number of subs.
Looking at his crowdfunder, though, I mean, he wants 50K to make 10 animated shorts. So that's $5,000 a short. How short are they going to be?
Very
Especially
short.
when if he reaches 100K, he's going to make a action-packed trailer. So like 3-5 minutes long.
We've already seen what his action-packed trailers look like.
Yeah, so so you're not even getting well, how long would you say a trailer is on average? 1.5 to 3 minutes.
2.5.
Right?
Yeah, 2.5 minutes.
Okay, so that means the shorts are going to be even shorter than that because they're shorts, right? So you're going to get 10 shorter than trailer shorts for $50,000.
Yeah, I mean, based on the maths, you're looking at 1.5 minutes split 10 ways. So that's like 90 seconds worth of 10. So 9 seconds a trailer, a short.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when people wouldn't shut up about the Rippaverse. They did so much. I actually covered Eric July freaking 3 years ago.
Yeah, think about that, Bob. Me and you both covered him for the first time for the same reason. We had people just like wanting us to cover it. Not all of them were just like wanting us to laugh either. There were some people that were like, legitimately, do you think this is going to be good comics? Or
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Fun fact: his comic was shit.
Which is why people didn't keep coming back. I mean, it's if your product sucks, even if, all right, it does what it says. It's a comic book. But if it's not good, people come back for good art.
All right, for a little bit of perspective, I want to show what the Rippaverse channel is doing, right? Because this is really interesting. So the Rippaverse channel here. Okay, this is 24,000.5K subs, right? Their video, like if you look here, not even 1,000 views, you know, but here, not even 1,000 views, 4 days, didn't get 1,000 views. But down here, if you look at these videos, 2.3K, 1.6K, 1.7K, think about now how many views and difference this is between his main channel. So like, if you're looking here at 2.3K, there was a video on his channel with almost 500,000 subscribers that were like 4.7K views. So this channel isn't doing that much. Actually, if you do run the numbers by percentage, this channel is probably doing better
I was about ready to say
that his main channel is doing.
This channel is doing better if you compare views to subscribers.
That's pretty crazy. I don't know.
Is Gothic still doing his shit for him or what?
She now does. She streams video games for him now.
Oh,
Ripacade.
She
Ripacade.
streams
Yeah.
video games for him.
She has a video game stream promoted by the Ripaverse called Rip Arcade.
I'm assuming they're not Ripaverse games.
No,
right?
no, it's just her playing games.
Those don't
and
exist, do they?
Answering questions about the Ripaverse while she's gaming.
That's not a thing. That's not a thing.
Well, the thing is, I was looking to see when the last video came out, and it was. Hold on, let's see. Ripacade.
I just want to see a Ripaverse game where you pick up a mission and just like, well, I don't want to.
So I think it's only once a week, and it's like 2 hours a week. She did it like 6 days ago, and she is streaming. I don't even know what game this is. I think it's an X-Men game. Oh, she's just random games. I don't know. Does anybody give a shit about that? I don't think that's
no.
I don't know why she's doing it for Eric July. That's just a gaming stream. And it's like,
yeah, I don't see the connection there. I'm gonna hire this woman to play video games on stream and answer questions about my publishing line.
Which, keep in mind, she's just a person that reads off of a teleprompter. She doesn't really know what's going on.
So, yeah. But of course, he doesn't either. So,
True.
Well, presumably, because he is such a business genius, he will have given her a ridiculous contract for however long that he's just got to try and sort of let her work off.
Well,
I want to stress, Ryan, it's pronounced business.
Also, he is a craven libertarian opportunist, so I'm sure that he's got her in some kind of like indentured type of thing.
Well, oddly enough, he made a video the other day where he was like saying we'll always employ Americans and we'll never like use AI. And there's been several like infographics of his employees. Like 97% of them are not Americans. The Soska sisters are Canadians, and they're like the head of the lore department. You know what I mean? Like Kanan White is the only person on his team that works with him regularly that is an actual American. Everyone else is an international employee. So it's so stupid.
I guarantee he was so buzzed with the success of the Riververse that he gave all of these people, like the Soska sisters, have probably got a contract that he can't get out of. So has this Gothics woman. I swear he's given them all contracts that he can't get out of. So they're going to be doing basically this, because why else would you employ somebody to do a gaming stream on your behalf? That's ridiculous.
Just real quick, talk about not doing AI, and here's some artwork from Horse Man. Here's some artwork. Looks beautiful. We're winning with this one.
The two hands merged together like a mutation with like a million fingers on it.
It's like, the fuck are we looking at?
I was trying to look for so like the there's a couple of websites where you can read some comics for free if you want to. But they've got like 3 different Ripaverse comics up there still. But I guess nobody's scanned the new ones, and I guess not enough people have.
They're bad. Yeah, they're bad. That's the problem.
I am morbidly, interested.
So I think in my mind, I've kind of pieced together when all of this started to go south for him. Do you remember earlier this year, like very early in the year, he made the video where he said that he got blacklisted, I guess, or shut out from working with some other studio or something like that. I think that his intention was to expand with this new studio. And then he couldn't make it happen because they looked at his channel and they were like, fuck this guy. We're not working with him. You know what I mean? I think that forced him to pivot a little bit, and he's not really been able to recover since then.
I don't disagree, but I just think that there's been a series of it's death by 1,000 cuts, man. It's been like every single thing that we've probably covered has had some effect negatively on the overall outcome. Like everything from, Bob's debate, to like I still see that shit mentioned in the wild. Basically, anytime I go to Reddit or something and see him talked about, that comes up. And then, and then
the Miles Morales clip as well.
Yeah, the Miles Morales clip as well. And then just Ethan did a lot of damage to this fucking guy. You know, and that was the point. Like, I mean, the Comicsgate basically became entirely about they pivoted their entire focus from let's talk shit on woke SJW, Marvel, and DC or whatever to just we're all anti-Rippaverse now, and we're gonna, you know, whoever didn't stick with Rippaverse anyway, and it just became that's what it was about, and it was hilarious for a long period of time. Basically, once you become a lol cow to that degree, I don't know, man, you know. But yes, you're right. That had that on the business front, that had an effect for sure because he couldn't, you know, get the talent in the studio to help him expand. But I mean, the fact is, he didn't have the fucking demand for the books anyway. So like, what was gonna bring all these people in, and then he's like, well, nobody's buying any books anyway.
Right.
So I mean, it was just at every angle, or every you know way you could look at it, he was getting screwing himself basically.
I want to also point out that there's going to be a documentary here on YouTube sometime in the near future about the rise and fall of Eric July, and Bob's clip will 100% be included in that with that rant. It'll 100% be in there.
Oh, I'd forgotten this. I was just reminded when he got that award.
Oh yeah,
right. Oh God.
Oh, you're talking
so
about that
weird.
I thought you were talking about the award I gave him, but you're talking about the other one.
No, the legitimate. Was it a libertarian university?
Yes,
gave him the Young Businessman of the Year award.
The Young Businessman. That's how he spelled it on the.
You're saying my award wasn't legitimate? Okay, I see.
I've had a couple of comments now, so I feel I should address why I'm in a new camera
Dane,
position.
I would never ever say your award isn't legitimate.
Thank you.
It's because my Christmas decorations are up, so I can't use the table the desk that I previously had my setup on. So that's why.
Sketchy's called it the boss angle, but there's other people that use that angle on social media. But I was not going to say anything.
I'm far too innocent to know what any of this means.
And I'm just sitting here trying to think of which thing Eric is thinking of.
There's a lot of them. But anyway, the boss angle is not what I've ever heard, but that's a new one. But I appreciate it.
So I'm gonna have to go here in a minute, but I do want to share.
Yeah, I got to jump out of here too. So
I found a subreddit. If you guys get bored, just go to r/I am very badass, where you'll get gems like this. What's he doing there? I don't know. He's leaning over. He's doing something to his nose. I don't know. I don't know what's going on there, but okay, he's back. I cannot.
What is the name of this Reddit?
I am very badass.
Okay.
Fred Duff.
Oh no!
No, I'm just my brain's computing wearing a MAGA hat and listening to Rage Against the Machine.
Oh yeah, he's raging.
What's
somehow.
the weight belt for?
I don't know. What's the things on his wrist for? What's he doing there? Is that a gun he's doing?
Those are also a weights thing. You wrap them around the bar so that when you lift.
No, I mean, like, why is he dancing around in it like that? You know what I mean?
Well, he's just been pumping iron, and now he's still
and this guy is convinced. This is during the whole shutdown thing. He was like, I guess he probably saw something on Facebook where somebody said that you got to watch out because once people run out of their EBT, they're going to steal your grocery cart.
Oh no!
You need to take it very seriously.
Because that person that you're going to steal my basket full of groceries after I leave the store? Yeah, I don't think so there, Hen. I've seen a lot of videos talking about how people's EBT is getting cut off, and so they're going to be stealing groceries straight out of the store. But I've also seen a lot of videos talking about how people are going to grab baskets whenever they come out of the store. That way they're not stealing from the store, they're stealing from an individual.
What difference does that make?
Well, you grab my shopping cart full of groceries that I bought and paid for with my fucking money. And you're going to hear two sounds. There's going to be three sounds.
You're going to hear you're going to hear three sounds, but you might not hear the third
sound. There's going to be two sounds. The first sound you're going to hear is me.
I love how he can't figure out how many sounds you're going to hear.
No, he's counting them in real time. One? No, wait, that other sound they won't hear. Maybe, wait, the math in my head's not working.
Well, I mean, I
which
guess
sound are they going to hear?
You might hear it, but you might not remember it. But, somebody will tell you about it.
He's obviously half remembered the only two sounds you're going to hear is me hitting you and you hitting the floor, but it's somewhere in there. But based on that voice, I'm going to nominate him as Ham Elliott.
Ham Elliott, and then he just looks like Brian Doyle Murray for sure.
Yeah.
Then there's this guy. He's a gem here.
Going to the flea market today.
Oh no!
I hope there's some soy boy bottom bitches that don't like my hat and have something to say about Charlie Kirk. I really do.
Soy boy bottom bitches. Is that so? Now straight incels know like gay terminology and they think they got something. Like, oh,
I'm going to call
I know
that
what a
guy.
bottom is.
I'm going to call that guy Frank Whitecastle.
Oh my God.
He might be. That is, it happens. Yeah. The garnisher. the toilet punisher.
Oh God.
Good
That
times.
toilet didn't deserve that.
Anyway. I mean, yeah. I mean, look. The weight is not the problem. The weight is it's the ideas that are like go the fuck outside, man. Literally touch grass.
Yeah, I don't care about the weight. I carry a bunch of weight
Stay
myself.
close
It doesn't
around.
bother me. But I still can have secondhand embarrassment from people like that. Well,
Yeah.
What am I looking at? What am I seeing?
Yeah. I mean,
Some
in a
soy
way,
boy bottom
also,
bitches.
I think there's more value to it than just laughing at these people. I think it is important to understand how fucking twisted some of these, just these algorithms on Facebook and whatnot, and TikTok, I guess now too, have gotten certain people that aren't, aware enough of, like I said earlier, they look at this stuff all day long, they scroll and they think that this is just reality. Oh, so everybody's talking about Charlie Kirk. I hope there's a fucking soy boy talking about Charlie Kirk so I can fight him. And it's like, not good.
No.
No, it has to be a soy boy bottom bitch. It has to be all the elements. You can't just do partials.
Yeah, it was giving very Fruitopia for sure.
It's like, do you not realize that this dude didn't realize he just said he hopes he runs into a soy boy bottom bitch? Okay.
Well, I think he wanted the bottom bitch for something else. That's what I think it was. Like, it wasn't. He was like, I'm going to
soy
fight
boy,
the soy
comma.
boy, bottom bitch. So he can he fight the soy boy, and then the bottom bitch. That's a different scenario. He just didn't get to it yet.
Well, I mean,
Well,
he can't, he,
legitimately, like,
he can't
you know,
really
like-
do anything with that scenario of two bottoms. It would just get weird.
Sincerely, it sucks because these people are kind of in a fucked up way victims of corporate bullshit. Like so many of us. But, yeah.
They would have to get creative. Maybe they'd have to find a new toy if you found another bottom bitch, being a bottom bitch himself.
But I think the important thing to learn about what we talked about today is that fascists don't have any friends. Okay?
No.
They're all just opportunists. They're all just fucking grifters. They're all just using each other, and it's sad, because I know us here, we're all best pals. We talk all the time.
We're all too busy to talk all the time. That's the problem.
We are, but I mean the fact that
too,
we don't
yeah.
really make a lot of money doing this at all, right? This is not a money making venture. We still do it every fucking Wednesday because it's the only time we can manage to get together with our busy lives, and I think that's a testament to the fact that we're doing it for the right reasons.
Speaking of, how does it look moving forward this month? Because I know people have a lot of family stuff going on the rest of this month. 17th and then the 24th and the 31st, which is New Year's Eve. So,
what is the days fall on? Let's see. Okay, yeah. So next week is Christmas Eve. I could do that day probably.
No.
2 weeks is Christmas.
2 weeks.
Next week.
Yeah. 2 weeks. You're right. So I mean, if anybody else is available and wants to,
I'm not. 2 weeks.
anybody's available and wants to, I could do a short one probably. Earlier in the day because I don't think we do Christmassy stuff until the evening anyway. And then probably not on the Christmas day for sure. And then New Year's Eve is what? Literally Wednesday.
So I will be doing a stream tomorrow, just to announce that real fast before I forget. But also, I might do a Christmas Day stream. We'll see if my family wants me to do something.
Yeah, I might do something on Christmas Day, but on Christmas Eve might be rough, which is the 24th.
Yeah,
So
I have my kids till 10
some
p.m.
people
on
do
Christmas Eve,
Day
so.
celebrations, some do Christmas Eve, and it's
We're doing Eve because people might be here overnight till the next day because they're not
Fair
working
enough.
the next day. So
I'm actually thinking I might explore the idea of a New Year's Eve stream.
well, that might be fun. I'll be.
I've
a
done
That might be
so,
fun.
But yeah, I did it. I think I did it without really planning it and just kind of last minute the last time I did it. so it wasn't a whole lot of people, but like I might.
It's very likely my work schedule won't allow it, but if it does, I would jump in.
Well, we can let everybody know that there will be some disruptions, but I think next week we're okay for.
Yeah, I think next week is
next
fine
week
for everybody.
So amongst ourselves, and then next week we can let people know.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? It might be a good idea to do, and I would be willing to, kind of put this together if we can talk about it off stream. But like, I don't know, some kind of content compilation, like a day-long stream of content of just a bunch of our content or something like that on the SHILL Clips channel or some shit. I don't know.
Could be fun.
Do a comp. I don't know.
What did you think about the Sydney Sweeney comment, Dane? Did you see that, Bob?
Oh yeah, we didn't really get into that, did we? I consider it too little, too late. Too little.
She seems like a pretty fucking, kind of shitty person.
Oh yeah, she's light.
I don't like her. The confidence with which she just a couple of weeks ago was like, if I have something to say, I'll say it, And now she's like, oh, I really like racism's bad.
like literally back when she was asked that podcast, all she had to say was eugenics bad.
Yeah.
That's literally all she had to say, and she couldn't even say that because she's a fucking
she
coward.
could have easily made it. She could have said something that still put the emphasis on how silly everybody was being. She could have made a statement like that. She could have been like, no, of course I don't, support any racism. It's like, this is ridiculous that people even took that from that. Like, it's stupid, of course.
Or even she could have said, I'm not prepared to answer that now, but I am going to release a statement about it within the coming days. But no, instead.
No, the way that she answered it was very specifically like this doesn't matter to me. And so whenever something I do care about, I'll mention it then. You know what I mean? And then now it's like, okay, so you care now, right?
Yeah, because all her movies are bombing, and she has another movie coming out. She's desperate for not
100%. That studio was like, hey, you gotta say something because we don't want your movie to bomb, and it's gonna bomb. We can, you know what? I forgot to bring this up last week. I do want to mention it as last thing, since we're talking about her. And we talked about. What's up?
If you want to do it as a last thing, I think that's a really interesting question from Bradley Ghost. Have you ever met or encountered the chuds you discuss in real life? I mean, obviously I haven't. They live in a different country mostly.
Like I said, for the most part, they're at Horror Hound. World-class bullshitters do have a table. I've never gone to visit them though.
I have ran into a couple of them before they were chuds, basically. Like Robert Meyer Burnett. Yeah. I ran into him before. And a couple other the lower channels or whatever I've seen at conventions, but the big guys, no, I've never ran into any of the bigger channels.
Well, I mean, Eric July did threaten Bob.
Right.
Sorry.
True.
So probably one to avoid.
So here you got this through. He really could have just stopped after saying Sydney Sweeney. There's no point in hiring Sydney Sweeney.
Right.
Cool. Agreed. But he continued, if you're going to dress her in a maid's outfit in the posters, but make sure she's covered up.
Does he even know what the movie's about?
No, I mean, he's saying what we all knew. He's just a fan of her tits.
Right.
And a film where she's got naked. Just enjoy that. But they probably don't even know that.
Robert Meyer Burnett is like hat part-time chud. It's
he's
like
a Zionist, and he definitely has gone on the anti Star Trek new Star Trek because of the fact that they have queer people in it, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we're going to talk about that poster too, but I don't know. I kind of don't care.
What poster?
What, the Star Trek poster?
Yeah,
I've talked about it several times. Yeah, I think it's just one of those things where people are getting mad about.
It's obviously being marketed towards a younger crowd. It's not being marketed towards me.
Wait, what are we talking about?
I'm still going to watch it.
I'm confused. Whatever. All right, I'll look into it. But yeah, fucking Disprove, man. He's a really, really, really dumb chud.
Yep.
Which is unfortunate because he's also hideous. So
he's like there's like we should do like a tier ranking of the ones that are like we think are the most unintelligent, because I think there's a lot of them that fall into that category.
But then I think we should also just rank them based on attractiveness too. You know
I mean, they're all like, the second they open their mouths, they're all just not attractive.
Yeah,
so
I don't want to fuck any of these guys.
Number one, I'm not gay, but number two, if I were, they know when they were.
One that really epitomizes the true meaning of Chud, though, the original, the cannibalistic humanoid underground dweller, because He does look like he lives underground. He does look like he dwells in the dark.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I guess Shuan Head's kind of a chud. Like, before she opens her mouth, I might consider her attractive. She opens her mouth, I'm like, no. I'm like,
yeah. I don't know. Never been too into those mousy types, you know. But yeah, she's definitely a chud. All right, that's all we got, folks. Everybody, promote yourselves.
oh yes, I'll be streaming tomorrow, going over comic books, going over chuds, maybe do a manga. I don't know. That was kind of fun last week. But yeah, it will be earlier. I'm thinking my daughter has a concert in the evening, so I'll probably want to start streaming around 1. That's Eastern Standard Time. So yeah, it would be a couple hours earlier than this stream started. So just keep an eye out for that.
I'm doing the Game Awards tomorrow night. So on both channels, I will be streaming around 7:30, and I will go on till around 11:30 because I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of trailers and stuff dropped tomorrow. So
Ooh.
I'll be doing that on both channels. Yeah, that's pretty much it for now.
And I'll be doing my usual videos on Rockford Files this weekend, leading up to Christmas. Well, that's me.
Cool.
Okay.
Friday is when I believe I'll be going ahead and making the full album, which is essentially complete. It's being mastered now, available. And so yeah, show up to the stream on Friday, and I'll hook you up with free downloads of that motherfucker.
Early Christmas present to the audience.
Yep.
Yay.
So, worked hard on it. It's pretty good, I think. It's fun, for sure. Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
What do we got here? What are we going out on? We went on that last week. Let's fix this. Got it. Since you got a mention early in the stream, we'll do this. All right, everybody. Peace.
Greetings, my friends. Thank you for watching this video. And if you would be so kind, please subscribe if you like what you see. Help our channel to keep growing and keep fighting the war to save pop culture.
This leak continues. Oh.